Watch the time passing by, seeing strangers in the sky. Rusty eyes stare and bleed. Hope the hell that you do not see. Something in this world needs a change. Yeah. Hear the lies, see their eyes. Morally, are we compromised? Stained again by a friend. Cut yourself back down the side. Something in this world needs a change. Another slap in the face. I know this time of the year it's a revolution. Still I fall out of place. Open your mind to the change of evolution. Look around, there's a change. Try to find the end of pain. People who cause are just partly to blame. Try to find the reason why we all stay the same. Something in this world needs a change. Another slap in the face. I know this time of the year it's a revolution. Still I fall out of place. Open your mind to the change of evolution. Another slap in the face. I know this time of the year it's a revolution. Still I fall out of place. Open your mind to the change of evolution. Another slap in the face. I know this time of the year it's a revolution. Still I fall out of place. Open your mind to the change of evolution. Another slap in the face. I know this time of the year it's a revolution. Still I fall out of place. Open your mind to the change of evolution.
That is a banger. I like one of the best things for me to come out of WWA, the watch along we did, was discovering that song again. Because every time we play that for the open, I've got little screens down the bottom here, so I can see what the other people are doing it. And Rose and I at the same time are just like during it playing. So I love that song. Hello everyone. Hello, people that are joining me. Yeah, bet you didn't think I was going to show up tonight. There you go. We're here. Watching along with Wrestle Rampage Dusk versus Night. This is weird. I've got the camera up on top of the TV, so if I'm not looking into the camera, it's not on purpose. It's weird, because I'm looking at the TV. I'm not looking at the... Anyway. Macho Man Eddie Savage, my friend, how are you? I'm glad you're on, Todd. This is the worst NRL game. Who played tonight? Because I haven't seen it. I was off doing other things, playing with my puppies and talking to my wife. Because you have to talk to your wives occasionally. I've learnt over the last 12 or so years. Yes, good call, Alex Whiteheart. One of these days we'll do an Aussie watch along for a show called Revolution, so it works back around to fitting. Do you know what though? Chooks and Storm. Ugh. You say that, Alex Whiteheart, but let's face it. Australian wrestling at the moment is in the middle of a revolution. See what I did there? It's, yeah. Like I said, like I say all the time, we are the best local. We have the strongest crop of talent nationwide per capita. I've said that with Damien Storm as well. Damien Storm? Jesus Christ. I read Storm from... I said that with Damien Slater as the other day. And, yeah, I believe it to be true. Like, I think we have the strongest... How's the mark out for the Brooksy news? Yeah, it was... I can't really... Because I kind of... But, yeah... it was good. It was very good to hear. It was good to hear from him. He was very happy from what I can ascertain from when I talked to him. So, yeah, good to see. Always good to see. Hopefully that opens up their eyes and they're like, shit, maybe we shouldn't let this guy go home. Maybe we should sign him because he needs to be signed by somebody in a major promotion around the world so that everyone can see how good Brooksy is. Yes. And from what I hear, it was Will, I think, push for it, which is a great idea. If of course, what they said in the write-up was true, and Will, like, pushed to have Brooksy come over to work him, that's just another example of Ospreay being a top bloke, really, because it's an ideal chance. You got the best wrestler in Australia at the moment, in my opinion, Adam Brooks, taking on someone who is going to main event their biggest show of the year. So that's a hell of a thing. And it wouldn't, and you know, anyone who watches AEW, anyone who watches those shows, you know none of them are squash matches. And I don't think Will Ospreay knows how to do a squash match, to be honest with you. He just has to give people stuff. Alex Wahart says, makes sense since they've worked each other before. Yeah, and I do believe they're actually decent friends as well. They from what I can ascertain, from because you know when you talk to your mates and that, you don't really go, oh, who's your really good friends? Like, do you talk to this guy a lot? It's a bit murky, and you don't want to do that. So, and I'm more interested to see how he's going than anything else. I don't really care about any of that other stuff. I'm more care about how my friend is doing. So yeah, but from what I can understand, like him and well, I know back in the day with the whole PWA triangle thing with him and Eagles and Ospreay, kind of a real milestone moment for like Aussie wrestling as well, and a real bonding moment between the three of them, I guess. And I guess that's carried over. So great news. I guess I'll be watching Collision for the first time in a long time, because I haven't really watched it that much, to be perfectly honest. It's not one of those can't miss shows I've felt over the last time. And usually during when that's on, because it's on what, Sunday? It's on Sunday, Collision? Someone check Collision is quietly cooked. Yeah, like I can understand why you would probably say that, but like, is it on Sunday, the Collision shows? I think it is, because it's Saturday there, so it would be Sunday here. And that's when... Have a look at Davis versus Speedball. Yeah, it's on Sunday. Yeah, see, that's probably when I'm watching AAA, if I'm being honest. Because that last... Like, if you want to recommend Davis and Speedball from last week, check out that opening match on AAA last week. That was a fucking cracker. I think it was like Dragon Lee, Jack Cartwheel, and Mini Vikingo. Far out. That was a great match. So, you give me a recommendation, I give you a recommendation. So there you go. We'll check them out each, and we can compare notes later. So, should we get into the show, because it's a show I've been looking forward to. I actually, when it released, I think it was last week it released. Yes, because it released last Friday. Actually, released last Friday, I think. Was it last Friday? Maybe. Or around that time. Because I remember watching it. No, it didn't. Because I remember watching it, and then my alert came up on my YouTube to say that Newey Pro had gone live. So I actually switched this off halfway through the first match to go and watch Newey Pro because it was live. And I thought, oh, I'll come back to this. And then after the show, I was like, well... And after I talked to Rose, and he was like, oh, I can't make next week. So he's like, if you want to keep watching the PWA thing on your own, you're more than welcome. Please don't let me hold you back from doing that. And I was like, no, because it's more fun when I can get stories and stuff like that off Rose from doing it. But I thought maybe I'll watch Rampage. So I messaged the good people at Wrestle Rampage, or the people I know that had kind of had a bit of stroke over there, and just like, I know you released it last week, but is it all right if I do it here tonight to play it, to watch along with it, so hopefully some extra people can get their eyes on it, not just the people that would be normally watching Wrestle Rampage. So yeah, hopefully this does get out to more people, because some great wrestlers on this show, some great wrestlers on the roster of Wrestle Rampage, and the main event. I mean, Dusk versus Night. That's a match you don't want to watch, don't want to miss, don't want to watch. It's a match you don't want to miss. So yeah, for you guys too, Alex, for Andy, everyone else that joins us in the chat, thank you so much for last night. Really had fun doing that, and we've got some really good feedback on last night's show as well. So thank you guys, because you guys help make the show just as much as what the four of us do, being idiots. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for making us part of your week. It's not lost on me how much that means what that means to me, that you guys like make us a part of your week. Yeah, a lot of people out there just talking a lot of nonsense, and that's cool. But I'm quite happy with the little community where we're quietly building over here at Wrestle Radio. So yes. Thank you so much for joining us last night. And next week will be even better with the EPW Evolution Part Night 2. I cannot wait to watch that show. I'm going to be watching that probably tomorrow. So, yeah, really, really looking forward to watching that, so we can get in and review it next week on the show. So let's get started here with Wrestle Rampage. Tell me if it's too loud or too quiet and all of that sort of stuff, and if I'm too loud or too quiet, because I know... I think Alex picked it up last night that I was a bit low, and you were right, because they had my settings had really had fun with me and decided to use my other microphone, which was in my headphones. So that was cool. So probably for about 20 minutes there, I was running off the mics that were in my headphones and not the expensive bloody Yeti mic that I've got, which is fun. Oh, it's a pain in the ass, Alex. Because you don't, like, well, at least I can't hear myself, because I don't have if I had my headphones hardwired into my mic, I would know, but I don't do that anymore, because I quite like having just the headphones and being able to be free. So, yeah. He's like an evil manouche.
Welcome to our Saturday night. Welcome everyone to Wrestle.
He's got the goatee as well.
Hello, my name is Sean Thomas here alongside my broadcast colleague Matt Hodge, and we are here to kick things off in earnest with a new tandem here, almost the West and South Asia connection, as it were, of Amir Assad, flanked on the outside by Reesby.
Good to be here, Sean. Thanks for the warm welcome. It's good to be back on a Saturday night, a chilly Saturday night in Cosgrove Hall, and you're right.
You're almost nearing
Southern Reesby.
It's good because this is shining a light on people that don't really get a lot of like promotion around them. Unfortunately, the Wrestle Rampage guys don't get as much shine is what a lot of them do around there. I don't know why.
We are starting things off here with a first, Amir Assad heading off for the first
Kind of love
time
how
against
Dusk
Payne
versus
Grace.
Night.
Only her second
Almost
ever
sounds like
match
people asking
of
to
its
pick the
kind.
team.
20 years of
Well,
age,
you know.
the youngest active competitor here for Wrestle Rampage.
You're not wrong.
Right, we saw her debut on our last show. It was fantastic. Look good. Look the part.
They clashed
Really
at the
keen
Linehouse
to see what's
Factory
happening.
2
Yes.
with her debut contest against Axe Masker. Unfortunately, falling short, but as we found out, there is the dance background, the athletic background of Peyton Grace. We know what she's about. Unfortunately, though, we do not know this new Amir Assad. Unfortunately, turning... Well,
I think
turning
Untouched
a new
might
leaf,
have
a
been
new
my
page,
entrance
as
as
it
a
were,
wrestler.
aligning himself with Reesby. You can see just this new attitude from Amir Assad.
Can't remember what I wanted.
He always looked
Oh,
confident when he
yeah,
had the
that's what
boys in the
I
back,
wanted.
you know what I mean?
Not what I originally
He's got his
anyway.
homie in the side.
I wanted like, I think it's
He's got hip kicks,
Trade Delinquents.
shiny shoes. He's
Can't remember what the song was
tonight.
called now,
You
but
can
I loved
tell.
it back in the
New
day.
theme, new
no.
new attitude, complete disrespect.
Yeah.
But now
Well, I
mine's,
guess
what
welcome
is
to
it?
Wrestle Rampage for Peyton Grace.
A guy called AA Ron,
Amir Assad,
and it's
yeah, sort of establishing himself still as well. So
I think
he
it's
knows
I'm
that
the Man.
Here's another
by
person
AA
in
Ron.
the way, kind of. He's a new competitor. I'm going to get these people out of my way.
Part of the new blood here at Wrestle Rampage. And I am quite shocked on the outside. The Bengali Bull really aligned himself
yeah.
with Amir Assad at this
I would
point
use
here.
Untouched as a theme,
It's
only
a
to
real
lose every
surprise,
match.
wasn't it, the Bengali Bull?
So very much touched.
Yeah, I thought he had some morals. Thought he had some ethics, but I guess
I like that.
the boys,
It's
they got
good.
together.
You see now.
Shows, friendship overcomes morals.
I've had two.
And it seems to be the
I've had,
case
well,
of Mia
technically three if you
wanting
count
absolutely
the
to
one we
jump
had
to
as a
the next level.
group
He's gonna do
in
that at
Riot
the
City.
expense of
But the one we had the
Peyton
group in
Grace,
Riot City was
who
just
rolls
like,
on side headlock. Impressive show of
It was like
strength and
not a
skill
dance
here.
mix, but just a slow
One of the
dance mix
latest
of that,
additions to the Rampage roster.
you know, the Wolf of Wall
Oh,
Street,
there
that,
we go. You see that in the air.
Yeah, we've already seen a cheap
at the
slap
time,
that's very
Cree and I
impressive.
loved
We've
that
already
movie, and we
seen
loved,
a
like,
cheap
that was our way of
slap.
getting into promos. Before we started doing promos, we would do that, and it would help us get into promos.
Nah,
So then we ended up just using that as a, I found this remix and just started using it, and like he loved it just for us. Not, but it was
Crusher there.
about the same time he
From
started
Assad,
using
saw
My
that
Heart Will Go
aerial
On.
maneuver, the front flip.
Different version of
Peyton
that.
Grace, who has
So-
used her past, her past history, her past life as a dancer to really full effect. We saw it on display against Axe Masker at the Linehouse Factory. We've
Well,
seen
I
it
did
again now.
do a
But
basic
what she's
edit
gonna
once,
use
the opening
here,
bit from Let It
we'll
Bomb
try
by
and
Green
get
Day
one
into
up.
Freak
Very
by Silverchair.
vicious,
But
aggressive
that is
Assad.
not being able to pick a song, isn't it? When you're doing both.
Bad news. So he's got no tie. Suit with no tie. You've got to be wearing a tie. I can't believe he's got the jacket on.
So all business now is Reezy. Of course, I had a bit of time that I spent with Reezy last year. He came to my aid on several occasions. Why I'm just as shocked by this turn of events.
You're right, because you are quite close with him. I would have thought maybe what he saw.
Kind of hard when you've got a
decided,
referee
you know what?
that's
Nothing good
bigger than
happens in
both
this
competitors.
And he teamed up
I understand
with
you can't really help
Mayweather.
that, but still, oh,
My goodness. I
Good
think
kick.
there seems to be a little bit of potentially disdain from Assad. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
He's getting enjoyment out of this, Amir Assad, and that's something to say.
Well, potentially it is seeing the hype that came about from the debut of Grace. There seems to be a lot of vitriol here.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
he's
Saying
good
that this is a
at
much
good at
more
working the crowd.
dangerous
This kid,
man
I don't mind
from
him.
when we have last seen him, of course, through the help of Reezy picking up a victory.
Oh shit!
Did you hear that?
Holy. Echo throughout Crossgrove Hall.
Assad is awake now, but you know what? Peyton Grace just as fired up. Not going to suffer no fools is Peyton Grace.
Look at this little bit of anger there, and that's what we need to see. A bit more aggression from Peyton Grace here.
Ducking under, ducking the line again, coming through with it.
Very nice.
Head scissor. Assad goes flying.
And the bow afterwards, but not able to keep the form. This is what I like to see, though. A bit more aggression. You know, you can be classy, you can be graceful. Sometimes you just got to beat a man.
See there, now using that aggression, staying one step ahead of Assad as well. On the outside now, and I think you're exactly right. That's what Peyton Grace needs to lock into. That aggression, that anger, be able to utilize that. Hold on.
That's right, because at the end of the
Oh.
Oh,
Cross body off the middle rope.
Some people can never just get the whole body crossed. It's always just like a
That's what I want to
diagonal
see, 'cause
kind
at
of
the end of the day, you
gimmick.
can be graceful, you can be whatever you want. It's a fight. We're in a fight.
Oh, I like
There,
that.
that neck breaker turned into a face stomp. Hold on.
Oh, what is this?
See that? Almost like that execution of old there. Pigeons.
Oh, very good.
Well played from Assad. Straight to the jaw of Grace. And now looking for that German, I think.
Oh, yeah, it did look like
Good
German.
reverse.
It looks like German of her own. Don't think she's got the
Good
power.
duck.
You can see there, Grace.
Oh, again.
has a
Well done.
response for everything. We caught a roll. Rolling up. 1, 2.
That is on top.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Assad kicking out after the 3.
Cannot believe it. He cannot believe it.
That is the very first victory here for Payne Grace in just her second match ever. What an impressive showing.
Incredible showing. Incredible showing. What a debut victory. Oh! What's that about?
And now,
Over the Veronicas. You can't do that.
and the match is over. What in the hell?
Oh, no.
Dirty heel. Dirty heel.
Easy.
He's taking the jacket off. Throwing hands.
Wait a minute.
Here comes some help. Here comes some help. Some of the best help in the business.
What
Here he
we saw
comes.
Early on this month, Havoc has almost enlisted the support of Payne Grace to understand the youth of today.
Yeah.
Now coming to the aid of his young protege. What the hell has gotten into Amir Assad and Reed?
Unbelievable. Wheeling and dealing of Amir Assad and Breezy. Just shocking stuff. Beaten barely, mind you.
That's one thing about-
In the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I keep looking at the. I don't put it up, and I apologize for that.
And as we always say, a match is only 3 seconds
That is one
away
thing
from
about the
going
Rampage
in anyone's
guys
direction.
and girls.
That
They
forward
send
there.
it,
Ball take.
and
Well,
they're quite happy to take it as well. I love that shit.
Well, I mean, Rampage keeps on rolling, right? I'm looking here. We knew that, I mean, Havoc was going to be going 1-on-1
Oh,
against Taylor.
he's starting the next match straight away.
I mean, this is the next book match, but this is very early. We're still Payne Grace from the middle of the ring.
I think maybe the living, breathing hype god, Dylan Taylor, back looking to take advantage, throw Havoc off his game. Or maybe he's just
Yes,
really,
that was good.
really
It makes a difference from the
hold on.
normal. Oh, shit.
There we go.
Good
This
bump
match is
from the
starting
boy.
in earnest. Hasn't not even able to get the introductions out. This match is now underway.
I'm going to tell
I
you.
like this kid. He's thick.
I'm impressed by that move by Dylan Taylor. I'm impressed.
Dylan Taylor has now looked to really take advantage of the situation. I mean, Payne Grace still on the outside, still reeling from that attack.
Yeah, she's going to try to get her
That's
way
a
out
weird
at
shot.
some point.
But I get it.
Was he just out first, or did he was? I really want. We're gonna have to get him. We're gonna have to ask him, because that's a genius move, if you ask me. He saw Havoc in the ring, bro. That's my next opponent. Play my music.
Well, we saw
Oh,
not that long ago Taylor confronting Havoc, lamenting the fact that the young blood is really not getting any opportunities, that he feels that Wrestle Rampage is simply focusing on the old guard, as it were. He's really got to
Rampage really is a
for veterans like Havoc.
very Japan-centric type of style, and you can understand that when you know like
Oh my God,
who the
even
trainers
as
are
good
and
as
who
he
the
got here, you can
where it's
see
come
that.
from and the whole base of it
Havoc,
is all
former
very
Australian
like
national champion in
Japan,
his own
Japanese
right.
wrestling
They're using
inspired.
This is Payne Grace under shield here. Dylan Taylor. I can't say it's not wise though. Now he gets his comeuppance here.
This is appalling. This is appalling stuff. And she's. I mean, you wouldn't know this. The Payne Grace that was her debut. That was her actual debut win. You wouldn't know, because she's been using the human shield. She's had herself beaten. It's insane.
I don't know if you've seen it, but on their I believe it's on the Rampage socials. There's a really fun promo with Havoc and Peyton. Check it out if you get a chance. It's really good. Oh, that ring seems stiff.
Let me tell you.
I have to say, there's almost no better mentor to have in Havoc. I can speak from experience. I tagged with the man.
You did.
He literally carried me to my only victory here at Wrestle Rampage.
Easy. And so he must have a thing for just saving rookies, I guess. He's really given back.
This is the thing. Havoc is in no time is he going to be stopping anytime soon. Absolutely in the best shape of his life, and yet he understands what really has to happen to the evolution of Wrestle Rampage as we go forward.
Oh, great clothesline.
I can't say that Havoc
Love that
respects Dylan Taylor, but he absolutely understands the importance that a Dylan Taylor, a living,
I gotta like.
has the ecology.
I don't know if I like that so much, but I kind of like Dylan Taylor.
Havoc's not stupid. He knows how big a scalp that he is. Not to be arrogant, but he knows he's a massive scalp.
Havoc,
We know that Havoc is big.
25 years in the business here for old man Havoc, and the man does not simply want to be a stepping stone. If you're going to beat him, you're going to earn it. That's exactly how Edward Dusk is in our main event here tonight. The reason he has the Australian National Championship around his waist is because he beat that man in the ring for the title.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect Dylan Taylor, because the thing I worry about with Havoc is you get into a series with Havoc, it usually ends with someone getting thrown through a table, a chair wrapped around their head, some sort of device been put into your forehead. Usually that's how his matches end up. So, me personally, I would never go anywhere near a few.
We can see here Havoc determined not to be the first victim of the self-professed Unk Slayer. In Dylan Taylor. As you said, he wants to gather a scalp, and now just raining down blows on the former champion.
I don't mind the Unk Slayer. It's a good term. It's a good term. There's plenty of unks to beat.
Dylan Taylor just unreasonably enraged at the mere sight of a champion. I mean, Peyton Grace on the outside, you can see that right by Dylan Taylor.
Oh, Jesus!
He's left Havoc on the ropes here, literally.
His entire moveset
That would have
is
sucked.
stuff, isn't it? Hard clotheslines, big knees.
Dylan Taylor, I feel like, just simply hates everyone. He had a pure amount of disdain for Rocky, for Tyson Walk, the new rock star here of Wrestle Rampage.
What a great way. And have a look at the thrust. He's a big fan of the thrust, isn't he?
Seems now he's set his sights on the veterans here. So really, Dylan Taylor just hates everyone. Are you a rookie? Are you a veteran? Doesn't matter.
True. He just wants to be the guy. It's arrogance, and it's not unlike the arrogance we see from the current Australian national champ, Edward Dusk. It's a different type of arrogance, but I think all the greats have some sort of arrogance.
You can see there as well. I mean, just the simple, like the Dusk. It's not even underhanded tactics, but the way he's just simply throwing forearms at the unprotected, the back of the head of Havoc. He's simply trying to maim and destroy the man.
Yeah.
Now,
The crowd obviously in firm support of Havoc here.
Havoc simply trying to rally back.
A crowd favorite everywhere he goes. Dylan Taylor, of course,
Yeah.
not doing the best to get himself a lot of fans, really, but I don't think he cares about that.
I don't like that.
Oh,
Oh, good. I love that move.
Has been fighting underneath from the very
One of the
moment
favourite ones to
before
use.
the bell, when Dylan Taylor gave an
One of my
underhanded
pet
drop kick before
One of my
the match
pet
even
peeves
began. I
in
think
wrestling
ever
is
since then he's
when
been trying to
somebody
recover.
goes charging into the corner and they know they're going to get that back elbow, and you see them just like, you see them slow up. It's it's unintentional. It's just like because you know in the back of your head. But it's just one of my pet peeves. Oh,
That was almost fully in.
So close was Dylan Taylor now coming forward. Good grief, again attacking the neck of Havoc. Have we seen that fisherman?
oh, I like that.
It's like a deadlift fisherman buster. Havoc can see the ring though.
I thought he was doing a bit of stripe there. It's a slow kick out.
See, this is where
Very
This is where
shockingly, Havoc is
Dylan
in a
should
very
kick it into
precarious
third gear
situation
now.
here. And Dylan Taylor is poised for a massive victory on a former champion.
He really is. And like we were saying, like I said earlier, this is such a scalp. This would be such a big scalp.
So here, as he said, looking on the outside here, Payne Grace getting up because she sees what we see. The Hype God himself is trying to undo that turnbuckle at the top.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute.
It's hard to forget, but I'd almost forgotten that Peyton Grace
Yeah,
is still
yeah, 100%.
Oh, no!
Full blatant low blow in the center of the ring. Dylan Taylor.
Yes.
Blatant low blow. Peyton Grace going for the
Well,
pin.
I'd just eat the shot. Just run in and eat the shot. You know you're going to get hit. Just run in and eat it.
Adding salt to the wound. You can see there just. Wait a minute.
What's this about?
Feel like Dylan Taylor really did not need to do this here.
And this is where that ego sometimes.
That was way too long.
Sometimes like pay off.
Oh, feet on the ropes.
Oh my God.
Feet on the ropes.
I'm going to start medicine.
You know what?
Start medicine.
Exactly right. And here's the thing. Even an old dog can be taught new tricks.
Yeah.
Fine. You want to play that game? I can do it just as good.
Not too many cheap shots. And in fairness, the way he started the match, I honestly think all's fair here. All's fair. Havik had no idea this match was even about to start. Would have been a fault on the ropes. Who cares?
Not bad.
Just as much a learning opportunity for Dylan Taylor as it is for Peyton Gray.
I think the timing was slightly off, but you're always going to get that when you got
Dylan Taylor,
like
real
moving
big
parts the way you have
big
sometimes.
mistake. He had him ready.
Sometimes you just don't.
Chase after Peyton Gray, unsure
It's, and I know it's going to sound weird, but sometimes in the back of your mind you don't trust the other person's going to make the cutoff, so you will over exaggerate that higher thing. Where I've always just gone, I'm just going to go for it, and if he's not there, then the guy gets hit, and I'm sorry, but like I'd rather that than hang there for so long before I come down with it. One of those sounded like ref counted to 4 counts there. I think that's when they hit the ground. I get that as well sometimes. Oh, Zekas. I didn't know Zekas Andinas was in this one. Zeke needs to change his music if he's going to be this heel character.
Not only in Wrestle Rampage, but for Adelaide, South Australia in general. The man, 27 years old, already has clocked in a decade in his business. Wrestled in America, wrestled in Japan, and in his world travel.
Good kid.
Of course, trained as well at the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy under the likes of Seth Rollins. So the man has studied under the learning tree of the very best of this business.
Current Pro Wrestling League Openweight champion.
That's a big wrap. That's a massive wrap.
This match was announced not too long ago, a week or so. We knew that Zeke Andino was going to be wrestling in for Wrestle Rampage. We have a lovely showcase of a triple threat match in store.
Triple threat.
It's definitely something that Link Barnett has been looking for. It's these opportunities to excel, to go beyond, to find that extra spark that'll bring him back into the top.
God, he's been around for a while, I think.
For sure, the demigod, Link Barnett, the human bullet. He's been around, but he's still so useful, so much energy, but he's been around now, Link Barnett.
This former cruiserweight cup holder, former Australian national tag team champion multiple times. I guess we'll bring down the mood a bit now.
Oh, shit. Oh, Zeke, what have you done?
That's what I wanted to see on a Saturday night. This bloke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that did not look like the video at all.
What a great opportunity, what a great showcase this is. I don't think there is any way. Worm? What is that? That's a tree.
A snake.
I don't think Joe, Sad Joe, Depressed Joe, whatever you want to call him, however you want to diagnose the man, I'm not a professional, but I don't think the man fully understands.
He's really taken the Gargano thing to the next level.
Still.
I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it.
I think at this point we need to organize some sort of Wrestle Rampage clinical psychologist, somebody that can help this still depressed man.
You know what he's doing by being here?
What's he doing?
We're at the Cosgrove Hall in Clovelly Park. He's single-handedly bringing down the housing prices around Clovelly Park.
Really? That's
Simply by wrestling here tonight. Every property within 200 meters has gone down $50,000.
I really thought you were just going to say he's bringing down the mood, which I would have agreed with.
What's the mood? Of course.
And the bell could be rung.
I was mid-monologue.
I'm sorry.
The ref doesn't know when I'm midway through cutting a promo.
think we're just trying to. I know you know the match has started, but I don't think Joe understands.
Oh, I mean,
He's trying to open up. He's trying to get.
the absolute irony of the ref pointing at me to ring the bell. We've done exactly nothing for the last 20 seconds.
5-second rule. Oh, boo.
Massive food. And oh my God, careful. I don't know if that was a wording.
That's not cool, man. That's a Mars bar.
It was a snake.
With a snake, still snakes, many snakes.
Why did he throw it? His underarm to me. I would have eaten it.
He's under triple threat rules here, unfortunately. Joe finds himself in the path of my God.
Traffic there. Genuinely walked into traffic. When I gave him that advice earlier, I meant the
Whoop.
street.
Here we go now, up and over. Link Barnett manages to find his way, and Joe, hold on!
Oh, wow.
Hold on, this could be it!
Muscle memory, my God. Can you imagine a third quick pin?
Joe is moving quicker than I've seen him move in years.
He is.
Duck.
He actually is.
Think Joe, here we go, Cradle coming through. Joe wisely looking to get this match done as quickly as possible. Usually the man needs to be goaded into competition here. He's in pure survival mode right now.
It's straight muscle memory. I know how this works.
Just sheer Joe.
I enjoyed that.
Listen to this crowd here. And Joe
absolutely is wild.
again, Joey with a pin.
Oh, the ref was slow to count there.
There's been
Another roll-up. Have a look at this.
There's been
Joe can't keep up.
more pins by Joe in this match than the last two matches combined.
You're actually right.
Here we go,
Oh, nice
slugfest ensuing here. The Dark Horse and Dino taking every man, and now Link getting a taste of his own medicine.
A big fan of Andino since he hit Joey like that.
Oh, see that, almost a clothesline there. Now Joey,
Okay. I don't think we do timeouts in Wrestle Rampage? I don't think we do.
oh, he's certainly asking for it.
All right, we are
I got
having
time out.
Two men have agreed.
I don't believe we have to ring the bell or anything. I think this is just
And
a
look,
Joe mandated pause in the match.
Andino's as confused as I am. He's actually stopping for a.
There's no real precedent for this, I don't believe.
He's actually taking medicine.
He's going to be taking some water. I mean,
On a
I'm
shot.
sure-
I mean, you got to take your vitamins when you got to take
That's
your
fair.
vitamins. You got to take the pills.
honestly, I hope it's an SSRI. But the man said again. Well, I hope he at least got the tablet down.
We have to wellness test him after, I think. I don't know what's in those pills.
Here we go. Now we're getting the Dark Horse.
Ooh.
Human bullet
Goodness.
That was nice.
coming forth with that flatliner.
Nice little move there, Zekas.
I totally just found those pills on the ground.
There you go. That Pepsi twist utilized to full effect. And now, is that the shirt? Oh, come on.
I'd say, like, I can't believe he's dirtying that up, but you and I both know he hasn't washed that.
Well, he will be now, I can assure you.
He has, like, in fairness, like, it's a show of disrespect, but that wasn't washed when he was wearing it.
Yeah, I've told you one thing.
They would have guessed me out.
Zeke Andino has come to this match with a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance here, and the man fully believes his own hype. Given his pedigree, it is hard to really argue with him, but there's just a certain amount of arrogance that this man ensues here.
Have a look at Joey here. Just incomplete.
I don't think they do, Macho Man.
Pilot again.
Oh, Jesus.
Crash and burn! Unfortunately for Joe,
I don't think they do. I think they would probably smell like some sort of cologne. Some expensive cologne.
I think genuinely no one was home. Actually, nobody was home.
unfortunately, that timing goes out the window for
He's
Joe
annoyingly
now
well
again.
groomed, that lad.
The slugfest here between Andino and Barnett. Coming through!
Oh, that's a
I can tell. I mean, look at this
That
shit.
is a big.
Really thinking about shaving my beard off. What do you guys think? I don't know about shaving it off, but trimming it
Former
back just
cruiserweight
short.
cup holder, former tag team champion.
I don't
Man
know.
knows gold, the man knows
I don't know.
success.
I don't know how I'd
Hold
think.
on,
How would I
Enziguri.
think?
Both men, all three men are on the floor, actually.
Oh, and have a look.
Joe, I
Sort
think
of-
he's got
I think he was holding his neck there.
he's got his pillow. There you go.
I 100% would.
I respect pulling the pillow out at 7:32 on a Saturday. I actually have a lot of respect for it.
I think
There's a custom design on that pillowcase as well. I'd love to know what it is.
Barnett is looking for that swanton. However,
Yeah.
Joe, wait,
Oh, look at this. Oh, that's it. Unprotected headshot as well, if you don't mind.
Keep the food. Oh, it's also your face up there. That's fair.
Wrestlers nowadays are completely insane. An unprotected pillow shot to the head. I cannot believe it.
I'll never shave it all off because my wife,
This is 1998.
now that I keep shaving my head bald, if I don't have a beard or something, I just look like a thumb. My head looks like a thumb, so I would always have a bit of a beard, but just not this long. I don't think. I think I might just trim it back.
Type of 2-for-1 attack.
Thinking about it, I don't know.
Really, went absolutely flying there.
You can see him is at the other end of the ring now.
I go to and then I don't chicken out.
Well, how did he do that?
I think it's what is it?
You blocked
Completely
it?
blocked that.
The scream
You're
too.
right, it's full on blocking.
He's just blocking him. That's a street block.
Have you ever tried to chop someone's meaty forearms? It's not exactly pleasant. Well,
That's light work. What is going on here?
I will say.
Very good. I like that.
We can talk about the muscle memory of Joe. Imagine if the man could break out of this slump, break out of his dark cloud, how formidable he would be.
He is one of the best.
They say go
The
just
same
grow
guy that
back.
had that epic trilogy with Istria.
How is he doing it? Just hitting ropes. Doesn't even need to attack the man.
He's in Zen mode.
Oh my God, is he going to body slam him?
He's in complete Zen mode, if you don't mind.
What the hell are they going
For all
for?
we know.
Then, what's happening here?
Oh no. Careful.
We're in trouble here.
Oh shit! I would not have liked to be Joey on that one.
Looked like Andino going for that reverse DDT, the backstabber from Barnett. Everyone landing awkwardly. That was not nice.
No.
I think might
Joey
be
got the
now.
worst of
Yeah,
that, I
let's
think.
put him out.
If I'm being perfectly honest with you.
I'm gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if Simply the Man is actually sleep wrestling.
Maybe. You might be right. I want to know what was in those pills, because he has been electric since then.
You can hear the crowd firmly behind the potentially drug-enabled Joe.
He might have found them out the back.
Be that as it may.
The problem I
he's got
experienced with
something in
having
his
long
mouth,
beard,
another
bald
snake for
head.
energy.
Small
Bit of sugar. Oh, no.
Might be a
children think my
conspiracy
head is upside down.
subscriber, if you know what I mean. Oh, there we go, the human bullet. Joey's still there. Joey's up and about, though.
Well, because my beard's so grey, I get Santa.
Now, Link Barnett, unfortunately, launching himself into a waiting Joe.
Especially being a bigger guy.
Modified Death Valley driver coming through, flattened on the back of Barnett. Getting after the longer this match goes, the more somehow the sadder Joe gets, or the angrier Joe gets.
I want to say missing in this crowd, but this crowd is very.
Cranky. I can't believe. Me personally, I can't believe Link's still here after taking that.
It's a very quiet crowd, and these guys are really working hard.
And Dino taking it.
And I don't know if that's maybe the crowd isn't mic'd properly, or they're just like, this is a quiet crowd. Like this, like Rampage fans are just a quiet crowd. Oh, no. Oh, into the hookup too. Very nice move.
The Dark Horse able to kick out.
Because these guys are working hard, and Joey is working the crowd as well.
Stumbles to his feet.
Just seems like, oh, seems like there's like a real quietness in between the moves. Here we go. Fire him up a bit.
When we say muscle memory, this is one of his finest.
Absolutely,
Vintage
Joey. Do it! Go for it! Oh! Wait a minute! 1, 2, 3, call!
Oh, Zeke with the win. I didn't see that coming.
You have to believe Joe was feeling it. Joe was ready. Almost vintage Joey Graham, as it were. And Zeke and Dino managing to eke out a victory, taking full advantage.
You just turn your head around, Todd. Are you making fun, making a run for the silliest hat? You know.
Was going to stun Link Barnett, especially after he took that pillow shot to the head earlier.
I'm not talking about that person anymore.
So all he had to do was
That is not worth it.
Joey, as we know, is half asleep.
You can see now the victory lap. Victory lap for the Dark Horse here in his debut here for Wrestle Rampage in Adelaide, South Australia. Punching the pillow into Luke Hudson, as it were. And you know what? full congratulations.
I wear my
to
hat here
Santino.
because I have a
Can't
bald
help but
head,
feel
and
bad
sometimes the light off
for
it
Joe.
is a shiny
Keeps
thing,
coming,
so it
keeps
kind of
showing
like
up, keeps doing his
cuts it
best.
out. And I like
Where
wearing
is that
hats,
all
so
we can
like, you
ask
know,
for?
Is it? Is it?
being bald, I have a collection.
It's the six-man tag team match. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
I've been
Feels like
looking
the
forward
kind of
to this
crowd I'd
one.
usually be in at the shows I made to in my teens.
Lot of hype
Lots of
behind
quiet
this
moves, lots of quiet between moves in matches, unless the wrestlers are active moving from the crowd. But yeah, it's, I don't know.
Together they are North Shore Wrestling.
North Shore Wrestling has been on the Australian scene for many a year, but again, this is a debut here for Wrestle Rampage. Will Peters, of course, we have seen here once before, back in 2023. But now, I was going to say, we are meant to be set here for six-man tag action, but
It's not dressed.
it's not Dretz Kaping, at least not the Will Peters that I know. Plenty, you can see Will Peters alongside Sam Osborne, Jack Osborne, his brother, on the other side, a hoss of a man.
A hoss, you do. I love a big hoss, let me tell you right now.
And these three men have made it crystal clear that they're here to show up and show out. They pulled out Tyson Raw, said to him, hey, we want to see what this new blood's about, who this fantastic rookie's about. Get to him, get with you of your choice, doesn't matter who it is.
Pick anyone.
And I'll tell you what, Tyson Raw, to his credit, has grabbed the two individuals who he came so close to defeating, but did not just anyone, Punch Drunk History and the goddamn Corn Dog himself.
Horn Dog himself.
Tyson Raw understanding that the way to better yourself is to go to the top of the pack. Why not? He has had incredible going against the very top of Wrestle Rampage. What a better way to learn.
Yeah, you gotta respect it. You have to respect it. Team up with the best.
Well, Jack Osborne himself, only a bit over a year into his wrestling career, takes almost
Big lad.
offense to Tyson Raw being called one of the greatest rookies here in current wrestling.
Yeah, I've got to agree.
Wish bring back some dumb cheap heat. I miss that. I would have thought he would have wore it in Adelaide too, because it's friggin' cold this time of year down in Adelaide. Ah, punchy. As somebody who has unfortunately wrestled him, that is an intimidating mother trucker to see walking down the aisle to you.
I have to say, I am quite shocked that Istria accepted the call. Tyson Raw, and the blade. Istria has been running the gauntlet, as it were, for Edward Dusk, all in service of trying to get another opportunity at the Australian National Championship. Surely this is a roadblock for him.
Smartly, he's going to wait outside because I think he can tell these guys are doing some tricks. And he doesn't want to get ambushed.
Good to see Corn Dog back.
Please welcome, he's the soft guy himself, Corn
Corn Dog made his long-awaited return at Eternal after a 2-year hiatus. A little bit of a statistic for you. The last time that Corn Dog was in a trios match, 5 years ago.
Wow. Way to make me feel old.
Teamed up with Rat Daddy and Robbie Hart against then the Renegades.
Against the Renegades, that's right.
The show before that was the very last time he teamed up with Istria.
Jeez.
The rock star of Wrestle Rampage himself, Tyson Raw, the Wonder Kid, winning hearts and minds here. I've got to say, it really, I am
It's
going
like
on record.
Adelaide Chad Gable.
It really does make me think of a 1999 Kurt Angle. The way that this man has taken to wrestling, professional wrestling, has been nothing short of astounding. Enemy, I believe, asking from microphone is an all-shot wrestling.
Because I'm wondering, because he's not dressed, Will Kidd.
Yes, hopefully he's taking this match as seriously as everyone else is.
Yeah, and there's some shenanigans going on here. Some real shenanigans.
Ladies and gentlemen of Adelaide, before we start, we decided. Before we start, I want to introduce
Yeah, the crowd need to be just
Having
that
trouble getting it out there.
a little bit louder in the mix, I think.
You know, I was going to refrain from running down Adelaide this time, but it's so
Always nice to see SA Wrestle Rampage promoted, thanks. I might just watch along. ACW tomorrow night down here. ACW doing great stuff. The South Australian ACW are doing great stuff down in Adelaide. Big up to them. I love what they're doing down there. They're very much the amalgamation between pretty much everything in Adelaide. They're like the meeting place, the nexus of Adelaide wrestling at the moment, from what I can see. Like Rampage guys, Riot City guys, like PWSA guys sometimes. I love it. Love it. So it's a variety of matchups.
And we have some very, very sad news this evening. Because I'm so hurt by it, my voice is shaking. And the side of you is making me cry even more.
Oh,
First piece of bad news is that unfortunately you guys make our way to Adelaide.
He's a brave man.
Bad news, though. I can't even say it. We're going to have to tell them. Yes. Yes. What's happening? What's happening behind me? Ladies and gentlemen of Colesberg Hall, as international sensations like North Shore Wrestling winner recently competed on a world-famous world tour. And unfortunately, on that world, what's happening? And unfortunately, on that world tour, WRA command suffered an eye injury.
an eye injury.
An eye injury?
Unfortunately, I am legally blind. I cannot see.
Legally blind?
So I will not be able to compete here tonight at Wrestle Rampage. So,
Now, from what I hear, he actually had a concussion and he wasn't cleared to compete or take bumps. So they had to really try and book some stuff on the fly.
I apologise, but this six-man tag match will not be taking place. Quiet!
Actually did for a second.
Now, Tyson, I know you and your poverty-stricken friends down here never received a proper education because you grew up in South Australia.
That's on the
But
arm.
what that means is that it is now 2-on-2. So you, twin, are going to have to make a choice. Make Ash or Corey.
proposing a 2-on-2.
2-on-2.
We're going to put our hands in the air and say, North Shore Wrestling.
Legally blind,
got
Sean.
Kid has turned himself the wrong way.
A standard
That's
tag,
so
as you
good.
would call it.
Yes. If that is the case, if Will Ketis is indeed injured, I guess that's a great consolation prize here. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, the decision is being heaped upon Tyson Rock. I can see Thorne.
He's having to choose. I mean, he did so much to recruit. He did so much to recruit these two, and now he's got a turf one.
You can see, I think Thorne is really making a case here. This is rough for himself, and both of them are. And I don't know, I can't quite hear what Corndog is saying to Tyson Rourke, but he seems quite conflicted. I don't know what the man's saying. Well,
Oh, no. I mean, there's probably the right call. History does not look happy about that.
what would you be?
Of course not. He's dressed to wrestle.
See, the man has come here believing himself to compete. Hold on!
He's
I don't-
warmed up.
I do not know what Corndog whispered into the ear of Tyson Rourke, but it's enough to convince the man. Corndog seemed absolutely adamant to have himself be in the ring, and that is now at the expense of Punch Drunk Istria. But I guess now, in a moment, we are going to be having, instead of our, as advertised, 6-man tags.
I'm interested to see how this kid works. He looks
The
great.
Osborne brothers of
Excuse
North
me.
Shore Wrestling against Corndog and Tyson Rourke, with Sam Osborne in at the beginning with Tyson Rourke.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson Rourke's the guy they called out, pick whoever, but to make you ditch a partner midway, I mean, not even midway, before you walk out, they could have given some type of notice.
Well, I think this might be. I mean, I'm not going to cast aspersions.
History
here
is
on the
loving that
validity
just quietly.
of Will Ketis'
This thing don't have to
injury,
wrestle.
but it does seem a little bit suspect, understanding, well, if you are Tyson Rourke, that ability to potentially adapt to these situations doesn't come as naturally as, to say, Punch Drunk Istria or Corndog.
Yeah.
You were probably prepared for a 6-person tag.
For a 6-person tag, exactly right. Will Ketis, an eye injury on a world tour. Really interesting.
Well, at least
You would have been there. Would you have seen it? Did you see any eye injury?
I absolutely did not. But you can see there, it is not phasing Tyson Rourke, who is now going to town on Sam
very good.
Osborne. Throw down, suplex. And immediately now, hostile heading into the ring. Jack
I like that.
Osborne.
That was good.
Big
Good
hoss
kid.
Jack Osborne.
Will Ketis on the outside. He actually doesn't know what's going on. He should come sit near us so we can hear.
Exactly
What's
right.
Commentator for him.
Yeah, both these men are into their rookie year here. Jack Osborne had taken a bit of offense
Nice.
to the rise, the ascension of Tyson Rourke, as it were.
He had, because there can only be one.
Oh, Jesus.
That hip strength. That hip power.
Well, here we go.
They almost forced it. I think it was a forced tag.
Oh my God! Look at this tail of the tape.
I love this. Hospital.
Because I get the feeling that the guy's got an amateur wrestling background,
Dog is now
so they're playing up that with the singlet.
Jack Osborne, neither man looking to move an inch. They are not going to budge. See this new fire within Corner. I've noticed that late as well. The way he has been, the way he's been talking to Tyson Rourke, has been an interesting relationship between those two as well. Tyson Rourke said it himself, while you were gone, Wrestle Rampage kept on going. It didn't stop for you.
Yeah, we love the sauce. He had that electric
God, he's a big
return
lad.
at the
Like,
Rumble, and
so,
he's been on a
Corn
tear
Dog.
ever since.
That's it.
Because he makes Jack look normal sized.
Returning at the Eternal Rumble, almost put himself straight into title contention, coming up just a little bit short. Just short.
Oof.
Back suplex from Corndog. Pin cover here.
Wow, that would have been a disaster right there.
That's it. This is, well, Tyson Rourke, as mentioned, was set to team with the only 2 men who have given him a defeat here. But again, it does not take away, how fluid, how amazing Rourke has already been in his short time here. Already almost running circles around the Osbornes. Case in point.
Really is, isn't there? And even then, a little bit of natural tag team offense as well.
See there, those
Really
quick
impressive.
tags. You see, it's that ring IQ that Tyson Rourke seems to have so easily. It's come naturally to himself. And I have to say, Corndog and Rourke working as a well-oiled machine against the more seasoned team of North Shore Wrestling.
Have a listen to him. The command of the crowd that Corndog has, the source god himself.
As he said, there's plenty of bite in this old dog, and Corndog looks to make that emphatically known here at the expense of Osborne, who wisely jumps out the ring. See here, Istria needs to be careful on the outside, not to, well, you can see there, Corn trying to direct traffic, doesn't want to end in a disqualification here.
No, of course not. And last thing he wants to count. He'd never want to hit a blind man. You couldn't hit a blind man.
I think Will Keatis fully aware. Oh, careful now. Oh, look out. Oh, the outside like a freight train.
Lost control here. Completely lost control. Took a genuine clothesline there.
Here we go. Pinfall now.
It's the 2 count though.
You know, Sam Osborne.
I do like the Jack, because the heavier isn't like Super Jack or whatever. Far more natural looking build, still push like a man. Because he is, like, he's just a thick brother.
By Carl Gotch, Boris Malenko, Satoru Sayama. There is just generations upon generations of wealth that has been passed down.
Genuine greatness, yeah.
From man to man here and now. And, you know, again, Jack Osborne has been able to sit under the learning tree of his brother and of Will Keatis himself, and is just a mountain of a man. Very rare you see somebody that stacks up in a similar size to Corndog here in the ring.
Yeah, that's right. Corndog's a big dude. He's a really big dude. And these guys are staring eye to eye.
Also,
Corndog
too,
close to
like,
6'6" here.
Jack is like
Probably
year,
around
2 years into his
260,
career.
pounds, if not
You
more.
wait till he actually gets, like, because it always takes a couple of years for guys to realize and really get dialed in on their nutrition and their training and their
Similar
their
tag team
the
style,
stuff like
these
that.
two men.
He could actually be a monster if he did something like a body biz or something. He could look. Because he, like, when I look at him, I look at like Gabe Kiddish, like size wise, that he could become. And yeah, there's so much potential in that kid. Just a big lump of clay, you could make into an absolute monster that he isn't already.
There's a healthy amount of respect and healthy competition here that Rourke has had with Istria, with Corndog. May as well have them on the same side.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, trying to get the tag just out of reach.
Reaching for the tag, slamming his weight back into his own corner is Osborne, and now
Ooh.
slamming Corndog into
Wow.
said corner.
Is that smart?
Nice.
Is that smart
Drop
tag
kick
team
there,
wrestling
Sam.
there? Keep him in your half as much as you can. Corndog just on fumes at the moment.
But twisting around. Oh my God. We've seen this before. Oh, vintage North Shore Wrestling, that Russian leg sweep
Very good.
clothesline combination to the big man. No.
Oh, actually thought he was in a lot of trouble there.
And again, it just speaks to the tag team acumen of North Shore Wrestling here. Know each other so well, and we've seen it with the Renegades in the past here, how well brothers work together. They've known each other not just in the ring since birth. You know
Yeah,
each other
exactly.
inside and
Thank
out.
you,
And
Alex.
what they're going to do, what you're thinking.
It's the tendencies, isn't it? It's the they just know
Just eat it.
how
Just
they're
eat
going
it.
to react in pressure situations.
Oof.
They've seen it.
My God. Fisherman suplex off the bottom rope here.
Especially in a situation like this where it's Tyson Rourke and Corndog, who aren't even an actual team. They're not a tag team. They're two singles wrestling. So such an advantage the Osbornes have.
And again, North Shore Wrestling, I don't know how long that they were aware of this change, but they had the knowledge that the other team simply did not.
Exactly. They would have had, these guys would have had triple moves planned. They would have had. Still not able to get to that corner, Corndog.
See, again, Sam Osborne cutting Corndog to the quick. Corndog with a tilt.
Ooh, nearly lost him.
And now there's an opportunity.
Nearly lost him on that one.
Jumping off the apron.
He has to be able to get to, he's got to be able to get to Tyson Rourke now.
Here we go. Here he comes.
The Rockstar.
Coming into the ring.
I don't know why they're calling him a rock star. I don't get that.
Fired up, ready to go.
That makes no sense to me at all.
Beautiful drop kick, and he is pumped. He's absolutely pumped.
You go. Double leg here. T-bone suplex up and over. The way Rourke is able to manipulate his opponent into any position that he needs to simply gather up some offense.
Unfortunately, now a kick to the midsection. Look at this handspring.
Nice work, kid.
Handspring elbow. Vintage Rourke with the moonsault. Hold on. Osborne in trouble.
Oh, just the 2 count. Quick standing moonsault.
Rourke has been able to fend off both of the Osbornes while Corndog recuperates on the outside. Looking for that freestyle driver.
Oh,
A little bit too much setup on that one.
good sell, kid.
Yeah, now I think we're looking out for that.
Smart by Corndog, really smart.
Going for this
roll.
And
I
Corndog
think there's a bit of a mistake going on here.
Tyson Rourke escape. Probably some certain trouble here.
Just jumps right over him. That's that agility that we've seen. We're so used to now.
German suplex.
Deadly powering.
Rourke is on fire here.
We've got 3 men on the outside. That can only mean one thing.
Oh my God. I mean, Tyson Rourke has to be very careful in this scenario. This is new territory for the man. Kid, be careful.
Oh my God.
Tyson Rourke.
The unbelievable.
Oh, Jesus.
Big moonsault.
Moonsault. Tyson Rourke is
That
still
takes
alive
that
and
takes a
well.
set of balls to do. Like jumping
Looking to take
blind.
out his own partner in the process, but now Jack Osborne is in severe trouble in this match. North Shore Wrestling is on the ropes. Tyson Rourke has the ability to take full
for the foot.
advantage. Hey, wait a minute. Oh no! What are you on about? Will Ketis is not blind. Are you kidding me?
He's blind.
He's not blind. Look at the man.
He's queuing.
Istria taking the man. Oh, come off it.
A miracle. A miracle on Sam Cosgrove Hall.
Will Ketis, absolutely. And now, we're at least back on the inside. Rourke looking to take full advantage with that freestyle driver. Hold on.
Tyson Rourke, here we go. Still in.
Oh, I love that move.
Spinebuster from Jack Osborne. Hostile looking through.
Oh, wow.
This was a plan that North Shore Wrestling had from the start. Will Ketis was not injured. There was no eye injury. This is exactly what they intended for.
What? No eye injury? Is that what
You know exactly what
I'd be
he's talking
stunned.
about.
I'd be stunned if he said he faked an eye injury.
Here we go, Barnstormer. Barnstormer looking here. This would certainly end things, and Tyson Rourke looking to find his way out. Oh my God.
Whoops, over the top.
Wait a minute. Corndog, blind tag. I don't know if the Osborne are fully in charge.
Tag.
Yeah, 100%, Alex.
Maybe
Oh,
not.
good spear.
Corndog cut in
Gotta get
hard.
that driver.
That freestyle driver to Jack Osborne. No small feat in itself.
Sam Osborne here.
Oh no.
Oh!
Nice.
Supplanted straight on top of his head. Of course, remember, Corndog is still the legal man.
He's the legal man, exactly. You just need to get Tyson Rourke out of here.
Maybe just enough time.
Big front slam. And
God,
there's nobody
that
left.
ring does not look like it gives
3 seconds
much.
of glory.
Bodies upon bodies, going to the ring. However, just enough time for Corndog to recuperate enough with an absolutely hellacious choke slam. And it doesn't matter. The match changed from a 6-man to a normal tag. The result is still the same.
Yep.
The Tyson Rourke and Co.
Incredible.
Healthy show of respect here from Corndog and Tyson Rourke. Corndog asked for this. He wanted to be the team member.
He did. He wanted to be there. And they've overcome so much adversity, including a last-minute schedule change.
I don't know where they are in the back. I hope Will Ketis is a fast runner with Punch on History hot on his trail.
Oh, for sure.
Good. Like that kid's got some real potential. I can see why they're pushing him the way they are. Real potential in that kid.
Rematch in the next show for the Tag Team Championship. But I'm in the States. The team that loses disbands forever. You can have your rematch, but there are no more games. This involves Misery Loves Company in a street fight for the Australian National Tag Team Championship.
kind of surprised when he came back they didn't repackage him.
We're gonna do it
Like
my way.
Corn Dog was.
Hey Greg, I'm scared. What if we don't win?
The vault match in the street fight for the Australian National Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, let's challenge the champ. Wrecking over Will Gibson. Take it. They are.
It is champions or disband time. This is
It's so
the
funny
rubber
seeing
match. This is
Nick
the
here
third
like this,
match
and then you
what
see
will
Nick
be
in
the
RC
emphatic
Dub, and he's just
trilogy
like
between Misery Loves Company and Nickers Balls.
Like white
Nickers
meat,
Balls
baby face as hell.
could not be higher. Whoever loses tonight will never be
think
able
it's so
to
much more
team
fun
again
doing this.
forever.
What a stipulation. Disband, and not just in a week, not in a month. Tonight you will disband. One of these tag teams will no longer be.
yeah, 100%, really good name. You gotta like the the production on their trons is really, really good.
Champions, the team of the Greg and Yama Mystery Loves Company.
You look back at the history of these two teams. Of course, it was back at the
Seeing
end of
people
last
wrestling
year
jeans make me
at
think I never found a
Eternal,
good-
where the almost
The good thing
year-long
about, like,
reign of Misery Loves Company
like,
came to an end
jeans nowadays, you can get some
when
really
Nick
good
Balls
stretchy
were able
jeans.
to gain the titles, rip it from their
Whereas, like,
grasp,
you don't
and
have to
only a
worry
few
about
months
them
later,
tearing.
Clash of Donuts Factory 2, where in that absolutely devastating
Like, I got a couple of real,
tables
like,
match, well, the elimination tables match,
skinny
Misery Loves
leg
Company
jeans because
gained
that for
back
the
titles.
gimmick,
Nick and Balls
but they're
losing
almost
as soon as
they
won
almost
it.
have fucking elastic
What
in
has
them,
become
so
most
like you've
apparent
no
is that
real
what
problem
I
about
presumed was
worrying
simply
about
a
tearing
way
them.
for Amber to
because you don't want
gain
a
another person to do her
Batista
bidding,
incident.
similar to what we saw with Robbie Hart a few years
Ah,
back. If that
gorgeous
indeed
Greg
was
looks
the case
beautiful.
early on, it has now blossomed into something much more than that. It is a true friendship. Amber, if you can believe it, has somehow softened
Yeah.
with the added benefit of Gothic Greg at her side.
It's a very unique pairing.
Button fly
and
could
it's
be an
just-
issue. Yeah, that's
it's
true.
just worked a treat.
Amber asked the question
It's a
herself,
very quiet
what
crowd.
if
I'm
we don't
almost stunned
win?
about how quiet they are,
Gothic Greg
considering the
was
work
quick
that these
to
guys are
shake
putting
that
in,
off, shake the notion
and how
off.
over they are.
Really,
Because they're
folks,
like
we are in
Greg
store
and
for
Amber
a
are really
war
over
here
in this
tonight.
crowd, but it's just really
Are
quiet.
we ever?
Oh, that was
Here we go.
weird.
Both
Are
teams
on.
immediately heading towards the center of the ring at each other.
Of course, a street fight, so we're not going to stand there waiting for tags. We are just going to have an all-out brawl here.
See, brothers immediately going off the side of the ring. Of course, you can cast your mind back to the years, almost a decade worth of history between Wrecking Ball Will Gibson and Gothic Greg.
Got no love lost here.
Audio issues? Yeah,
He's
must be.
beating the hell out of each other. Greg was hard to call. They're just that's it.
Punch each other.
We're already starting here on the outside of the ring. We're going to follow the action as best as we can. Of course, on the other side of the ring,
Really
Amber
does just
and the champ,
illustrate, though,
Nick
how much
Armstrong.
Finally, the
crowd
champion
reaction
returns back to the ring.
affects
Of course, this is not
the
when the match starts.
the
You only need
viewing
one
of
person
wrestling.
To be decided in the ring.
Of course, and we got chairs already.
you know what I mean?
Amber
Like,
introducing
I suppose it was really, really evident during the
in this match.
COVID
Honestly, when you have
era,
somebody
when it was
like
dead
Wrecking
silent
Ball
rings,
introduced in this
like
match,
in
chairs
some of
are gonna
those
be what you need.
shows.
Oh, of course, we've already seen one brutal.
Before they worked it
Edge
all
job
out, they
tonight.
could just pipe in the
Expect to
stuff
see
that they
many
wanted
more.
to pipe in. Even though the piping stuff
Now,
was
here you go.
horrid.
Early time.
They still haven't worked that out. Oh,
Oh, the delay. I mean, it worked, but my God, the impact. The champ not happy.
I think for the first time there, Nick Armstrong feeling what it feels like to take a splash from Wrecking Ball.
oh. Very nice.
Assisted chair sandwich.
Yeah,
Smart way
I
to
like
use
that.
it.
Already, well, you can see here there's a game plan that Misery Loves Company has looked to incorporate from the beginning. I can only imagine what dastardly concoctions of pain they have in store.
Now we got a trash can. Never fails to amaze me what sits underneath the Wrestle Rampage ring. Oh, and there's actual trash.
Well, remembering, of course,
I discovered
at Clash
Wrestle
of the
Rampage
Lineups
via
Factory 2,
letterbox
it was an
flyer.
elimination
Okay, well, there you go,
tables
they
match,
do
and
work.
It did not take long for that ladder. It was not a ladder.
I found
match.
Right City through a
That is what
Facebook
these teams
post,
have
a Facebook ad,
introduced.
targeted ad.
What was in there?
Just pure trash.
That was actual trash. This looks like a...
Nick and Balls have also looked to make this personal as well.
There's roadkill in that bin.
Cast your mind back as well. One way that Nick looks to ensure this has been a personal affair, he kidnapped Greg's dog.
Kidnapped the dog.
For no other reason than to do it. And to get under the skin and in the minds of Misery Loves Company. And they've done so in tenfold. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Greg and Wrecking Ball now. Reverse hit. Oh, it's into the chair. Gothic Greg careening.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he took the complete brunt of that chair. As they clear the ring and just jump.
Back at Eternal.
That's someone's number plate.
Back at Eternal, remember both these men were involved in the Eternal Rumble. Both Nick and Balls had a game plan as well. It almost came to fruition.
Really worked too.
Now, isolated in the ring, Amber, somewhere on the outside, I believe. We've seen this move plenty of times before. Oh, it's halfway across the ring. That could be it straight away. Tag titles on the line. It's going to take a lot more than that, fortunately.
No.
Balls was extremely confident then too. And here we go.
Oh!
It's a number plate. Check your car. Make sure they haven't stolen yours.
Oh. In the world? Oh my God.
On here. He's still holding that grudge.
Got to be really careful here.
He's still holding that grudge from when he splashed him a few minutes ago.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's a brutal. Here's a literal stop sign. Oh.
Nick, I think there's a more wiser plans than to draw the ire of your acting partner, especially if it's Wrecking Ball. Now, Nick getting in the way of the pinfall.
If you've got a stop sign and you don't do a Greg the stop sign joke in this match, then I don't know what we're doing
on
here,
the
kids.
champ, but he has to admit this is a team. They are a team. But I think in the champ's eyes, it's 1A and 2.
Nick Armstrong it's kind of been his MO from the whole time. He does use and abuse. I thought he would know better than to try that on Wrecking Ball. And here's the thing. On all the times that Nick Armstrong has concocted these plans, never has he had the kind of success that he's had than when he has teamed with the Wrecking Ball.
That's right.
Now, this is Wrecking Ball's way of doing things. He said it himself, we did it your way, now we do things my way.
Exactly, and this is what they mean. A table, we've seen a trash can,
ICW Rumble
a
was
stop
awesome
sign, a
too.
chair.
Great new venue, very buzzy
Well, it is
vibe.
a table.
Yeah, I'm keen to check that out. That Dom Polsky.
In the first place, it's why Misery Loves Company
Wasn't it?
are
Yeah.
the champions currently.
Right, these four no stranger to tables. Misery Loves Company would be one of the most well-versed table users.
Emma fighting out of a dangerous predicament, using to come forward, spinning tornado DDT, using the table as a jumping off point.
A throwback to Clash of the Factory. Saw her do that exact move on history, it was.
There is no elimination rules. You put them to the table. This match still goes on. Nick Armstrong, I do not believe, knows that Todd is right behind.
Oh!
1, 2.
I love the sound they make.
My goodness. 3 times a charm.
God, it feels good to see that. Just
It's impossible to remain professional in a Nick Armstrong match.
hold on a
There
second.
we go.
Hurricane Karana.
Oh, it just avoids the table though.
That's it. Wrecking Ball in a dangerous situation here.
Of course, just a reminder, this isn't a tables match.
No, there's no elimination
Just-
rules.
Just hurts. Oh,
Crossbody.
Body.
Pinfall.
just the 2 count.
Want to remind everyone of the stakes here. This is the final time you will be seeing one of these teams tonight. There is no draw. There's no scenario where this does not occur. By the end of tonight, either Misery Loves Company or Nick and Balls will not be able to tag ever again.
Not allowed to tag up ever again.
Balls fighting back here. Gets Hammer taking his brother's head off. Talk about the history here between what was big and gorgeous back in the day.
Of course.
Big Willie Gibson.
What a throwback.
Before my time, well before my time, but it is well documented the past here of the brothers through Big and Gorgeous,
Oh,
through Renegade,
Jesus.
through the Australian National Tag Team Championships. Oddly enough, it is that pairing. Oh my, is that a,
Straight up, that's a drop 5 baseball bat.
that is a steel baseball bat, everyone.
Hit the ring post with it.
That's
Don't
a
hit the
drop
friggin'.
5.
Oh, it's equal.
Yeah,
There it is.
my
Oh.
goodness, that would vibrate.
Amber's head off.
That would absolutely, no give.
Amber now with a bat.
Oh, right in the middle.
There goes one rib.
The ping of those Easterns, they don't make them like they used to. Trust me on this.
I'm not sure if either Wrecking Ball or Amber has a background in baseball.
Oh,
What
shit.
in God's name? Where the hell did that come from?
Where did she pulled that one? She traded to the Eastern, drop 5 for a barbed wire Louisville slugger.
Wrecking Ball about to take. Oh, barbed wire wrapped around the stomach of Will Gibson.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Straight across the forehead, the Empress of Darkness raking the baseball bat across the. She's screaming in pain.
And that is actually screams. That is genuine screams.
That's the true equalizer
Wonder
there.
if
If you
the-
wonder what
the team
happens,
loses
how
skip
does
have ever
Amber
tried to
stack
just
up
try to
against
tag
Will
up in other
Gibson?
states and
Introduce a
like
barbed
you,
wire
no,
base.
only close to where we lost.
Now with a
Well, I mean, traditionally, yeah, that's what it would have happened. They change,
brutal pile driver.
they
as
change
well.
territories.
See the blood
Busted
into the
open.
run. No, can't.
Oh my god, he kicked out.
Somehow with the champ on the outside, Wrecking Ball with enough
Oh, look
endurance
out.
still left in him. I spoke too soon.
Oh!
This is kind of what is necessary. Wait a minute, what was in the hand there of Armstrong?
See where it's, was that knuckle dusters?
A big backdrop. Believe
No,
it
it's just a big punch, I think. It's just a
Sorry, I'm just conferring with somebody at Rampage
It's
about
kind of the
something.
name of the game. Oh my God!
Look at that delay.
Oh, great suplex.
Delayed vertical suplex.
Name of the game
Amber
here
trying everything to...
in what is essentially tornado tag rules. There are no tag-ins, tag-outs.
Oh, yeah.
The name of the game here is to incapacitate at least one opponent enough that you can focus your full attention on the other.
That was smart there by Nick Armstrong. He was holding Amber from getting in. Twice he stopped her from breaking up the pin.
And now, unfortunately, Nick and Balls are free to execute whatever dastardly plan they have planned here.
We're going to use the belts.
Here we go.
The very belts that they're fighting for are going to come into play here.
Oh wait, Campbell. Oh no! Well,
Oh, cutter.
Taste of his own
Amber
medicine,
cutter.
My goodness.
oh, jeez.
The kick out.
I can tell you that was definitely not a part of the plans here. Nick Armstrong ramming the belt straight into the head of his own tag team partner, who is now wielding an entire bin.
He's got an actual bin.
Oh,
What?
Wow, was that a quick mute? I can't believe I got that done in time.
Oh no.
Oh!
That is brutal. That is completely brutal. He's killed her. He's actually...
I'm absolutely stunned there. Amber is out. Amber's gone. Wait a minute, no!
Oh, he broke it up. My God, he broke it up.
You can be sure that Amber was not getting up from that pinfall.
Oh my goodness. Hey, that bin has completely folded around her skull.
That bin now has a one-to-one impression of Amber's face.
I can see it there. Boots are out.
Exactly
And
right.
this is almost a procession now. This is a complete 2-on-1. I mean, a revelation though. He's told him that this is over at the end of this, so.
The Wrecking Ball had a choice to make there. Wrecking Ball now.
Credit to him, he still wants to win. He's obviously extremely frustrated with Nick, but he sees the end goal, which is let's win those belts and sort it out later.
Oh my God. I don't want it to be true, but I think we're about to see. Oh, whoa, no!
Handcuffs.
Laid underneath the ring, another concocted plan. I have to think that is from the playbook of the champ, and now.
Of course. We haven't seen handcuffs in Wrestle Rampage for a long time, and this time, sadly, I don't have the keys. I'm nowhere near.
Unfortunately, now it's going to be very hard.
Thanks
to
for
pin
joining
this
us,
man.
Lizzie.
Greg Graham is completely taken out of the equation here. Dismantled.
We're here most of Friday nights, unless I'm
God.
distracted by watching something.
The problem is here that you can see the
Rose.
way that Greg is tied up. There is no way to pin this man. You can't
see him.
Amber ripe for the pickings.
Yeah, it really does. He's not going to be able to save her. And have a look at this bravery from the Empress of Darkness. This bravery crawling back into the ring.
I'm not entirely sure Amber is even aware of her faculties at the moment, where she is, but she's going to try her very best.
Have a look at her. Pure instinct now.
Oh.
Into the back.
Lower back. Wrapped his fist with a chain. I don't think she has anything left, and unfortunately, like we said,
Immediately a way to incapacitate the Empress of Darkness.
and Greg just literally chained to the outside. Tragedy. Pure tragedy. He cannot move.
See, this is just elementary at this point. I feel we are witnessing the dismantling of Misery Loves Company piece by piece, and you can see Graham beside himself, just simply trying to do. He can do nothing but watch.
Well, he can't do anything, can he? He's just out of reach. It's true tragedy. Oh, backbreaker.
They do not need to do this. Graham is out of the equation. They could finish this match right now.
He can't even reach. Unfortunately, he's trying so hard. As he folds her up, there's a kick. Nothing happened.
Oh, just jumping
Helps her.
Amber on the floor, and Greg can do nothing but stare and watch as this takes place.
He needs a bit more desperation trying to get out of
Bulls are
that.
firmly in control.
Those,
At this point, it's really up to them when this.
It really is. It really is. I mean, short of a miracle show of strength.
But that the grass there, tenuous grass.
The hand grab. Just able to reach.
He needs to be just a little bit more upset.
That from Nick on something.
You know what I mean?
This is the end.
He did say this is the end, though. Stealing our jobs for a minute there.
Unfortunately, this is entirely within the rules of this match.
Of course, this is a street fight. This is what street fights are all about, unfortunately.
If these teams knew exactly what they were in store for, I don't think this is. I mean, come on.
Now, there we go. Now he's getting a bit more.
Greg doing absolutely everything he can.
Come on, Greg. If there's any way for you to get out now, do it now. Oh my God, no!
Oh!
Damn it! No! Oh my God!
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners.
I'm actually legitimately shocked at that.
Loves Company is no more.
Tragic news, unfortunately. We will never see Misery Loves Company tag again.
The Empress of Darkness and Gothic Greg tried as hard as they could. They fought valiantly against the formidable duo.
See, now he's all up. I don't. Yeah, that was a weird finish for me. Weird energy going into it.
The matter is that Nick and Balls can now emphatically call themselves still a team, and now once again the Australian National Tag Team Champions, and at what cost?
Watch out as they come past too. The arrogance oozing from them. Have a look at him. So proud of himself. The toll that these two have taken on.
You know what you do though? You just have Greg come back as Gorgeous Greg, and then they can tag up because it's not Gothic Greg anymore.
Nick got exactly what he wanted. I hope he's happy. Look in the ring here. I cannot believe this is the very last time that we see the friendship of Greg and Amber has been inextricably torn apart permanently.
Very weird.
Tragedy. Unfortunately, never to tag again. What a clear. Oh, and have a look.
They threw everything they could.
They'll get the goodbye they deserve. But we can cheer all they like, but unfortunately, like we said, we will never see. The lights go out here.
Just like
either that was edited, or she fucking bolted.
It's been a game-changing experience. Both
That had to have been edited, surely. She could not have got out of the ring that fucking quickly.
What is going through the minds of both these individuals, and I think Greg is going to have to take some time to process.
Coming through, here he goes. Wait a minute, spear! And Tommy Knight has indeed won the Rumble. He is now the #1 contender for the Australian National Championship.
You were the heavyweight, Tommy Knight.
You are the eternal Edward Dusk.
The prodigy.
The Australian National Champion.
The man destined for greatness from day one.
With the furies breathing down.
A man who would do anything to win.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Unstoppable, powerful, unmatched.
You are violent, sadistic, and unhinged.
You were chosen by legends and founders.
You have decimated icons and spilled the blood of my friends.
You're the one that all of this was built for.
You want to tear
That was a
all of
great
this
editing
down to
choice
the
if
ground.
that's what happened.
I am Edward Dusk.
Because it just makes her look so
Tommy Knight.
otherworldly to be able to do that.
National champion.
I can't imagine it was that quickly because there's no way she could have gone in the ring that quickly. Surely.
Belongs to me.
Which is great for the video product though.
And if I can't
Really
beat
smart
you,
editing choice.
Again.
What hope is there?
None.
Let's fudgin' go. There are very few like songs that really do epitomize a worker so much as like this does for Tommy. Such a good song for him.
Rumble, Tommy Knight who has ascended once again up to the throne that is currently presided in by one Edward Dusk. Once again, Tommy Knight looks to crown himself the Australian national champion, and he looks to do it for a third time.
Yeah, and what a feat that will be. There's so many eras of Tommy Knight, and he still somehow looks better than ever. We had that legend killer, we had that fighter era, and now we've just got the king, Tommy Knight, the one.
The heavyweight. Just 30 days' time, Edward Dusk will join a very elite group of Australian national champions. That is those that exceed 400 days as champion. If he does so, if he wins tonight, not only does he surpass Tommy Knight, who sits at 399 days, he'll secure himself as the 5th longest reigning champion of all time in ascending order. Above him is Jason Cooper, Ryan Eccles, Bronson Reed, and Rat Daddy. And you best believe that Edward Dusk intends on surpassing each and every one of them.
Almost a poetic opponent. The man that stands in front of him is the man he will pass.
Edward Dusk, from the very first time he set foot in Wrestle Rampage, he believed he was destined for pure greatness, and he has scratched and clawed his way to the very top. He beat down a bloody, bruised, and broken Havoc to gain that title. And for almost 400 days now, he has done everything in his power, not only to prove to everyone else, but to prove to himself what he believes to be true, that he is the very best.
Say what you want about Dusk, you're right. He's always wanted to prove that he is the best.
I'd really, after talking to Slater the other day, I'd really like to see the Untouchables over there doing a tag thing in Noah. I think they'd be so good. They'd be the best best Australian tag team in Japan since the other TMDK, Pace and Nichols. It's not really a hot take, but, you know, it's a take.
310 pounds. He is the last heavyweight, Tommy Knight.
Shit, sorry.
Here the crowd in full force behind the heavyweight tonight.
Danny Tamara. Todd is more than muscle. He has been the Australian national champion 371 days. He's the eternal Edward Dusk.
371 days, you heard it there.
There's no ads on the
As mentioned,
Rampage
he wins
YouTube
tonight,
now.
he will surpass
No, that's
Tommy
me,
Knight's reign
because
of
I
399
have premium
days.
YouTube.
Also worth noting that Tommy
So I don't
Knight
get
has
ads.
not held that title there for 2 years.
I don't like ads,
Last
so
was
I
at
just pay the
Resurgence
premium so I can do
2024,
that.
which is when Havoc gained that title from him in a fatal four-way match that included both Rocky Monero and Edward Dusk.
Edward Dusk, that was on his first initial.
And also, you have to get
He's always
to a
had
certain
his
amount of followers, a
sights
certain amount of watch
firmly
hours
locked in
before
on
you
this title. He
can
loves that title.
monetize. And I don't know if
See
they've
his
done that
eyes
yet.
not leaving
To be honest
the
with you.
championship, really reticent to have it leave his grasp, and yet it will happen tonight. The title is up for grabs. Australian National Championship on the line. Edward
Yes,
Dusk,
yes.
Tommy Knight. Only one will survive here tonight.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know then. Yeah, maybe that's they haven't hit the benchmarks
For that ring bell.
for it. It's hard. Like,
then we will be
I
underway.
unfortunately
Edward
missed the benchmarks for monetizing us because they every 365 days the benchmarks move back,
Underway is the main event.
and I just completely like blanked on doing it, and now like
This is the thing.
I'm just
He simply
well
craves
away from it,
acknowledgement.
which sucks, but it is what it
That's all
is.
he wants.
End of the day, I
He
didn't
wants the gold,
start doing
he
this to
wants
make
the
money
adulation,
anyway. I did
not
it
because he
to
craves the
promote
attention of
Australian
the
wrestling.
crowd. As far as I'm aware, the fact of the matter is he wants people to acknowledge and accept what he believes to be
very
true,
good.
that he is above Tommy Knight.
Bob, not just Tommy Knight, but everyone. That's why he wears the belt. That's why he's the champion, because he is the best wrestler, the best fighter on the planet, in his mind, of course.
You notice here, Dusk taken to the outside. Very well. A good point here is Tommy Knight is not chasing him to the outside. He's not falling for the tactics.
He's not going to get caught up in that. Tommy Knight does his best work within the ropes. He's a fighter. He's a brawler. That's where he's going to do his work. Come to me. I'm not fighting you out there.
You know, the reason why he was proclaimed the prodigy, he was, well, at one time, remember that Tommy Knight was the new blood that we talk about within Wrestle Rampage.
You're right. Me and Tommy shared. We debuted on the same show nearly 10 years ago now. It must be.
Oh, back in 2017, I do believe.
Yeah.
Oh, and a big, massive slap here. And that is assuredly going to draw the iron. Now, Tommy,
There we go.
to the outside. That did it.
He did come to the outside, but then again, instincts. As soon as he landed, he said, oh, no, I'm not getting caught up in that.
Oh, for a few seconds there, I think that it's a Tommy Knight that Edward Dusk wanted to draw out. I am actually shocked. Knight able to really calm himself down.
And that's a tactician at work.
Heading over to a 5 count here. And I have to believe that even Edward Dusk
Of course, the benefit of
wouldn't
people
be
supporting on
satisfied
Twitch
with a
is they tend to
count-out
pay out
victory or a
US
count-out
dollars when you hit the
disqualification.
fifth.
Oh,
Oh,
of
okay.
course not.
I had no idea.
Edward Dusk would never live that down if he had a count.
This is how bad I am at this stuff. Like, I have no idea about any of
The
that.
belt that way. No way.
Like, I
too
probably
proud for that.
should,
He-
but I just don't. I just.
Oh, there you go.
Good grief. Tommy Knight, calm, composed.
That's
It
why
is
you
that
use if you are
assured strength that he
Yeah.
utilizes. He never
sub to
uses any
Amazon
more than
Prime.
he needs to in the moment.
Like if you have an Amazon Prime membership,
You're right, it's his
you get a
ability to
free
summon
Twitch
just
sub.
Extreme
So you just
power.
throw it this way,
So
or
nonchalantly too.
whoever
And again,
channel you want to
you
get.
see,
Doesn't
trying to
cost
go
you
with the
anything.
aggression and force Tommy Knight to make a mistake.
It's
It is
basically
that
just sitting there,
scrappy
not being
underhandedness.
used
Oh, that's just looking for.
as a benefit
There
of
it
your
is.
membership.
We've heard from Tommy Knight as well. He does believe that he is the best to do it, that he is definitely above Edward Dusk. And we heard Edward Dusk proclaim, if I am beneath you, then why can't you beat me?
That's right.
That's why I never saw the point of like, because I don't think it goes
anywhere.
anywhere to like helping
made-
anything.
He made
So I never
almost
saw the
light
point of
work
why
of the
people
Rumble, and that's how he got here.
buy bots
But you can win
to
as many
like
Rumbles
raise
as you want.
viewers on
To beat
like
the champion, you got
YouTube and
be
stuff.
the
I just
champion, you gotta
don't
beat the
understand it.
champion. Edward Dusk knows this.
It
He made
makes
him walk
no
through
sense
hoops
to
like
me
he
at all.
said he was
It
gonna
just seems
do.
like a vanity project.
That's
I mean,
it.
that's
Dusk
dumb,
having
in my opinion.
won a, the gorgeous Greg's at the time, his invitational to win a Rumble. He believes that everyone should have to go through the trials and tribulations that he did to deserve an opportunity.
Walk in my shoes, and this is the result. Tommy Knight has now walked in his shoes. He's won Rumbles, and this is the culmination.
And we have to keep in mind, though, that Dusk holds 2 victories.
I mean, let's face it. For like
over
Friday night,
Tommy Knight.
this show
Tommy
Friday night I
Knight
watched
has
on.
yet to find a way,
If I wasn't doing
despite the
this,
strength
I'd be
advantage,
doing this
despite
without
everything you see
having the
here,
camera.
he
I'd just
simply
be watching a
cannot
show
find
anyway,
a way
probably.
to defeat
I'd
Dusk.
either be watching a show or playing
Hodge,
like
through the ring.
FC 26 on my
Oh,
PlayStation.
absolutely not.
One or the other.
Absolutely not. Oh, no.
And this way I still get to help in my way. Help
It is
like,
not too often that you see Dusk
help
go
promote
to the
Australian
well
wrestling.
of a dive to the outside, and shockingly,
And I have, like, especially when I have
Look at
Rose
pure
here too, I have
panic
so
on
much
you.
fun,
Sorry
like,
to cut
hanging
you
out
off
with
there.
Rose and
Look at
chatting
pure
and
panic.
bullshitting
In
and doing
Dusk's
nickel
face, he got
facts
caught
and,
there.
and
Really,
that
I'm
sort of dumb
surprised, but
stuff.
Knight
That
had
it
an
really
answer for
does.
it.
It
Had
strangely
seen it
helps your
coming.
mental health as well,
He said
to be
he's-
honest with you.
He's yet to secure a victory. He'd know that.
I'd rather grow a
Absolutely,
genuine
he
audience
would
even
know
if it
that.
takes for
He would
100%.
have been-
100%.
He would have
And
been
look,
researching
let's
every
be
single night.
perfectly
I'm sure
honest.
he's had a lot of sleepless nights leading up to this.
Doing what we do here,
Making sure
we're a
that
niche
nothing
within a
surprised
niche
him.
within a niche. Like
Dusk
you
is
have to
doing, I
love
believe, everything in his
professional
power to
wrestling,
throw
professional
Knight
wrestling in
off
Australia,
his game.
and enough that you want to
there.
watch it on a
Not
stream
really.
with someone
I
who knows a little
believe
bit about it
has
to
be
talk
at least
about
one
it.
of the strategies
Like
to
that's a
Dusk.
hard
How
sell
much of this early
for the
storm can you
podcast, for
weather?
everything, and it's taken a long time to build up a fan base for it. And I like I said, I love the community we have on Thursday nights. The people that join us, like you
That's
guys,
exactly
like
what
Bloody
I'm talking about. He
DJ,
weathers that early
like
storm just
like
enough
Nicoleo when
to
he
be able to
joins
find a
in.
chink in the armor
There's
that
like a
Tommy
whole
Knight, I believe
group
he
of
may have just
people,
found
that,
it.
like a little community. I
Also, he
freaking
took
love
that-
that because it's just like
He-
people
he took
supporting
that
Australian
ring post
wrestling that
early,
love
Dusk, but that's-
wrestling. I
I think he
freaking
knew in the
love
back of
that.
his mind, it's okay.
It
This is
sounds
where
so
I want him.
fucking
I-
cheesy, and
he
I get
wanted
it.
him out
and
here, and early in the
probably
fight
sound like a
already we
dork
saw
talking
Tommy
about
Knight
it, but I
didn't
just
want to be
love
out
that
of the
shit.
ring. He wanted to be in the ring, and
But
look where we
Michael
are
from
now.
Moonsault,
We're
thank
on
you,
the
mate.
outside,
You're
exactly where
100%.
Dusk
You're one
wanted
of
to
them as
be.
well.
I think we need a. Hopefully, the referee, I think, needs to keep
Like the
his
whole
eyes and
like
ears open
I love
here,
this little
'cause Tommy
community.
Knight is absolutely he's in a lot
We've
of trouble,
built
isn't he?
over the last. Well,
can see there
I think we've
there's
been
a
doing this for
bit of a
4
vacant
years
stare
ish.
there
Like the actual
for Knight, and
Twitch
Dusk is
kind of side,
like a
Twitch,
shark smelling blood.
YouTube
It's going straight
kind of side. Ever since
on
like the
offensive.
pandemic, because they really advanced their
Attacking
technology
the
where you
head.
could do this stuff
Really
a lot
going for
easier.
high impact blow after high impact blow.
Alex Firehart said,
his
yeah,
head being
podcast
rattled
and
Knight
the like
comes
are
up
best when
with
it's just
one
people
count
who'd
here.
otherwise
Gonna
likely
take
be
a
just
lot
hanging out talking
more
about
than
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
And the thing that
100%, and it's the same
It's
when,
gonna take a lot
like,
more than that.
and
Tommy
I don't know
Knight
if you
used
guys
to
do or
long
not,
matches.
but
he really
if
fights. He
you
does his
if you
best
listen
work
to a
in
lot of
ring. He
the
does his best
interviews
work
I
also in
do,
those championship
I don't really go in with
moments,
much of a
You
plan.
know, once we go
Like
10,
when I went
15
into the
minutes, that's
thing
where
with
Tommy Knight really
Slats,
thrives.
I didn't have much of a
Seen
plan about what I wanted
Knight
to talk
go to
about. Just a
war
couple of things I'd seen on his
Istria with
like
Horndog, with Robbie
on his world
Eagles,
beater and that sort of
with
stuff
Dusk,
that
with
interested me and I
anyone
wanted to
and
ask about them.
everyone through Wrestle
But aside from
Rampage.
that, it was
It's
basically just chatting
quite
with a
a
dude that I
statement
hadn't
to say that
talked
he
to
has
for a
not really
while.
faced anyone quite like
Which is
the
like,
Eternal.
it's great to catch up with mates that you haven't talked to
there
for a
is no
while.
one like the Eternal, really.
So,
Edward Dusk is such a unique.
and yeah, I can't, when we can sort it out, catching up
Yeah,
with
ratcheting through.
Brooks
Now
again
he's trying to dissect
is going to be
that
great.
biting
Especially now we get to
head
talk about what's
of Tommy
happening on
Knight. You see the way
Saturday
that-
or Sunday.
That's what I mean. Who bites?
It's gonna be great.
only
Like, we
Edward
were
Dusk
gonna talk-
bites. You can't prepare
okay.
yourself for that when you're sparring, when you're in training.
We were going to talk last week when I did
let's
the
prepare
Slats
that.
interview.
You
I was trying to line up 2 interviews for the week so I could get
Looking
a couple in the
to
bank.
eke out any
Brooksy was
advantage
one
that
and Slats was the
he
other.
possibly can here. Looking
Brooksy,
to
like,
dissect
we were
the
trying to work
challenger,
out.
take him down.
We were trying to work
Really
out a time to
find-
do it,
Well, in
and he was
terms of
just like,
finding
"Can we
that
put it
one
off till the end of
moment,
July?" And I was
that
like, "Yeah."
one
He said,
shot
"You,
to
are you
take
okay?"
down
Like,
the
first off, are
heavyweight
you
for
okay?
good.
He's like, "Yeah, I've just got some really cool stuff coming up that I can't really talk about right now, but you'll understand when you see it." I'm like, "Okay."
Wait a
And
minute. Oh my God.
apparently, this was the really cool stuff.
Straight into the corner.
So it'll be great to talk about that when we do catch up.
I believe Dusk may have found the exact concoction necessary to take down the heavyweight.
It was that early strategy of getting him outside, throwing him into the post, and now it's those high impact moves. Use the environment, it seems, doesn't it? It really wants to use the environment. Throw him into the post, throw him into the turnbuckles.
I think Dusk understands that it's not going to take dissecting Tommy Knight down. It's going to take big, high impact maneuvers.
Oh, there we go. And that time,
He's not looking to break down the opponent limb by limb. He's finding high octane.
Yeah, shooting the shit in the
offensive
framework of an
maneuvers
interview
to
is
clobber him into
100%.
submission.
that's right.
It's kind of what I do because I'm not an interviewer. I'm not Jamie. Jamie does it. Jenny's done a journalism. I've never done a journalism. I've just done a chatting.
I want to beat you
And
for
I've
a
just,
third time.
yeah. I think I'm pretty good at a conversation.
3 straight.
Whereas Jamie's a really good interviewer. And so Lachlan's really coming along with that as well. As someone who never really did any of that stuff up until like 3-4 years ago. And I've kind of really had to push him into trying to do interviews. Because I know he can be good at it. He's been good at everything else I've tried to push him to do. So it's like
Oh man, here we go.
yeah, and everything he's done, like the interview he did with Mitch, I think was really good. He just needs to loosen up just a tad.
face stomps.
Trying to slam the man into oblivion.
And there are times, and I've said this to him as well,
In his power to
that
stay conscious, to
there is
to stay cognizant within this match.
a lot of times with
Tommy Knight.
Lachlan, I can see he wants to try and get really deep into something where he doesn't really have to. It'd probably be better if he were just a little bit more looser. But that's something you learn in time. Like I was probably terrible when I first started as well.
As he expected, I believe.
But then when I first started doing interviews and stuff, nobody was really doing interviews and stuff. So we were all learning, like interviewers and interviewees. Like podcasts were a baby when I sort of started doing them.
Spent the majority of his match
and so it was just, like I think my first podcast interview was with, it was either with Jonah? Yeah, I think it was. It was with Bronson Reed or Jonah Rock, whichever way you want to say it. It was him. And then I think it was him, then I think it was Matt Silver was the second one, the buddy. They were my first two like interviews I'd ever done for podcasting. Oh. And even then, like if you knew how crudely we used to do interviews back in the day, it was basically like I would either call somebody or do something with my Zoom or just like call them, and then I would have the phone up to the microphone while I was talking, and then we could get the interview recorded that way. Because that was the only way you could really do it back then without spending thousands of dollars on a proper hookup and all that sort of stuff. And I don't know if you know this, guys, but podcasts at our level do not generate income. In fact, they're quite the opposite of that.
With that at the moment, because look, again, this is more what Tommy and I like.
It's so hard. I did 5 minutes for a now defunct website. I sucked and never felt like I improved. I really appreciate good interviewers now. See, you might think you've sucked, but you might have. Like, I don't know because I never read any of them.
It really has. Dusk and Knight have played this. Well, I will say this. Dusk has played this straight down the line.
I send my interview questions through to them for responses. It is hard for me follow-ups. Yeah, that is. But I feel like they can take time to think through the responses. See, there was a give and take to that. Like, if you've got time to think through your responses and you self-edit, I feel like people self-edit because I do it. If I have time to think of my responses, I overthink. Whereas, like, you probably get the real answer if you're there on the spot kind of deal. If that makes sense.
A little bit too much credit.
I genuinely think it's.
But I get it. Like your medium is hard to do that, especially with follow-ups as well.
It's really at advantage at the moment. Had he hit that brainbuster, of course, that would have been another story.
Just remind me, I'm still kicking myself. I lost the footage to a bunch of Aussie people. I did very basic moves. Everyone was very accommodating, given it was after a show. That's a good thing about like Aussie wrestlers and the Aussie wrestling community is they are very giving and. Well, I've found anyway, they've been very giving and helpful when you want to do some stuff. The majority of them anyway.
I think that would be his number one scouting report.
See, I've been trying to think of a way to, because I know we have a website, and I've been trying to think of a way I can expand that in some way, shape, or form, but I'm terrible at like web design, I'm terrible at that, all of that sort of stuff. But I would love to do like basically like an Aussie version of wrestling like F4W, but it's just so hard to do. Like you've seen, you've worked for the guys, Andy, that have tried to do them before. They're not easy to do. Well, I don't know that they're. It doesn't seem easy to do anyway.
Have we seen that type of strength?
Meanwhile, that was a shit bump to take.
Not only is Dusk a man unhinged at the thought of gathering success and adulation and acknowledgement. I think that.
But like when we started, when Josh and I started, nobody was doing any of that sort of stuff.
I just cannot believe
it. Like nobody was really doing podcast interviews. I mean, Conco and Fudge, I think might have been doing them, but they were more your comedy sort of things. Whereas I wanted to go that opposite route, and that sort of thing.
Maybe the champion is okay with a count-out victory.
We both agreed earlier that he might be too proud for a count-out victory, and here we are eating our words as
it's
the
quite hard.
referee hits 7.
I feel like if I was ever in a position to do interviews now and had a time to prep, I'd mostly ask for a list of questions, topics they don't want to bother answering to.
9.
See, that's...
Oh, just answers the count. Edward Dusk going to be disappointed.
Why don't they use mats or these buffs? So it's like, yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, I don't know. I wish they did up here. They don't do them up here, especially for managers, because pretty much 90% of my bumps are to the apron, then straight to the floor. So it's never a fun bump for me.
Real uncharacteristic move.
Sorry, I want to go back to this one.
To just accept it was going to accept a count.
You know what?
Victory there.
There's not really.
Unlike
I have
Just to
never
do that,
had.
we
I can
are used to
pretty
having
much
more pride
off the top of
than
my
that.
head say I've
my
never
God,
had
it's the strength that we
a
talked about. The wicked end maybe
thing where
almost at hand.
they haven't wanted to answer or be bothered answering a question. Everyone will answer your questions, even if they think they're a dumb question. They're still going to answer them.
Usually on the
And it's not like
sending end.
I did
Impact DDT.
an interview soon with
Once again,
I did an interview which I'm not sure when it's coming out, but it's a guy that's called Tom Talks Rubbish, I think it's called. And he just asked a whole different bunch of questions that I never would have thought about asking, like someone who I was interviewing about wrestling and sort of stuff like that. And it was such a good interview because, well, I felt it was such a good interview from an interviewee's perspective, because all stuff I'd never really thought about before. And so it made me think, and it made me get into stuff that I hadn't really thought about. It was a really, really good. When it comes out, I'll definitely like push it so you guys can see it or hear it if you want. But I really, really loved it.
The opportunity here to clasp the Australian National Championship
If I would do the opposite, my problem as an interviewer was using a list of questions as a crutch. If I did it now, I'd have an opener and 3 backup questions. That's it. Yeah, they're like. I wish I did that. I'll be honest with you. I wish I did that because my biggest crutch in interviews, and now that I'll tell you this, if you ever watch any of our interviews, you'll notice I do it a lot. You hear me go, because I'm literally trying to think of, like, if there's no real follow-up from my answer, I'll be trying to think of where I'm going next. I wish I would do more of a framework sometimes, where I like had somewhere to go to, and not just like, I have somewhere to go to in my mind, but my mind doesn't always work for me. So, like, it's really something that I should work on. Even though I've been doing this for 12 odd years, I should work on that as a skill, like having that go-to list of topics. And honestly too, if you have a go-to list like that, sometimes the way the interview is going, that question makes no sense in this context. That was tough.
And will that be enough?
One new champion!
It's a really good match. It's very snug. They're not getting the reaction out of the crowd that they should have. Or maybe they are and we can't hear it. It's a really good match though. Really good hard-hitting match. Like I said, this is very much a Japanese-inspired type of company in Australia, which is good to watch if you enjoy Japanese wrestling.
Something that Edward Dusk has not had the opportunity to be provided with.
One of my biggest things at the moment is just like, not at the moment, but just in general, is thinking of guys and girls that I'd like to talk to, that I have something in my head that I really want to talk to them about. And it's like, after a while, it comes to a point where you're like, well, I'm kind of interviewed everybody.
Tommy Knight with potentially a very
and there are guys I'd like to go back to, but then after a while I've got to think of, like, sure, I'd want to go and talk to, like, Dusky again. I'd like to go and talk to like, even I'd like to talk to Stormy and see how he's going with retirement and sort of stuff like that.
Just looking to choke out the challenger.
But I just don't know how interested other people would be in hearing that stuff. Or hearing, like, regular interviews with, like, because I see guys that do podcast interviews all the time, And I kind of think to myself, well, what more have you got to say? I don't know what more you've got to say. I don't know if I want to listen to this interview. Because I've seen like 3 or 4 of your interviews before now, and I'm not too sure how much new ground you'll cover.
I feel
if
that
makes
was
sense.
a deadly mistake that night. Well, found himself with, unfortunately, going for that top rope moonsault, and now he is facing the full effects of Dusk's fury.
He really did throw everything, literally everything in the kitchen sink at him here. A moonsault, and sometimes you just gotta take a shot. Sometimes you just gotta lob up a ball. And unfortunately for Tommy Knight, that did not land, and now it's looking grim.
Dusk is trying to will himself, have the fury drive him, the rage bring him on, coming forth.
Oh, there we go.
Oof.
I was going to say, if we can see one more glimpse from Tommy Knight, he still has a chance. Here it is. Call me out. Brainbuster, here it comes.
We may be seeing the end. Oh my God, no, he's not satisfied with a simple brainbuster.
This might be the biggest brainbuster we've ever seen. Very rare Tommy Knight will point directly at me and tell me a brainbuster's coming. That means he wants a big brainbuster call. It's going to be one of the biggest brainbusters perhaps we've ever seen.
Hodge, the champion, is in deep, deep waters here.
He's able to get out. He's able to throw some punches.
I think Dusk is trying to skirt out of harm's way.
Oh, he's fighting him. That's the 3rd time he's been in today. Will he get that brainbuster? No, he won't.
Oh, no.
Oh.
How is that? Oh!
There you go. There's your body visit work.
Pull a power bomb out of his hat.
Oh my God, he's going to try to hit him with the...
Said the Angel's wings here.
Oh,
he's caught
that's a big
Edward
move
Dusk.
to hit a dude
1,
that size.
2. Oh no!
Oof, good kick out. Very good kick out.
Somehow, some way, once again.
Edward Dusk simply cannot believe how many times he's going to have to hit him with his
I guess it could be a where are they now. Yeah, it could be.
What must Dusk do to put away Tommy Knight?
I mean, there are plenty of people that I want to interview. I just don't want to say who they are, because there was a thing where like I went through and said I'd like to interview this person. Then somebody else kind of interviewed him. It almost felt like straight away. So I kind of want to keep that stuff like under the vest at the moment.
I believe that unfortunately, as this match goes deeper and deeper, you get the one true Edward Dusk. It doesn't matter.
Oof. I gotta say, I'm digging this version of Dusk a lot more than other versions I see of him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Quick roll up.
Oh.
But who's been? He can't get all of it.
God, I thought it was 3
He's
then.
still holding up. Brainbuster. Tommy Knight could not get the leg. And now once again, oh my God, Dusk.
That's...
See, here's the thing, right? With that brainbuster, that to me is not a brainbuster. That's just a
wherewithal to roll out.
suplex.
Whether ring awareness or muscle memory, Dusk.
Brainbuster to me has always been like a sheer drop.
The fact of the matter is, with
suplex.
that small package, Tommy Knight was not able to.
Maybe
hook
I'm
the leg.
wrong.
He just wasn't able to
But
get
that's
the
always been my
locked in
understanding
time.
of what it is.
That would have been 3, but he just
Well
wasn't
done,
able to
interview, surprise you.
get
I'm
it
not going to speak
perfectly
about
on
it.
it.
Great
As
story,
you'd
really
expect,
funny.
in a
Funny
20-plus
myself. Yeah, it's
minute
true.
match.
That is true.
And you can see there the head that has been rattled.
You're 100%,
by
Alex.
Tommy Knight. He really
100%
is not
there.
operating at full capacity here. Dusk's plan coming to fruition almost perfectly. You see now for the better half of the second half of this match here, Dusk has been stumbling around the ring.
He has. He really has. Pulls off the strapping now. Tommy Knight will do the same and tear off the tape as well. Both men have
Probably
decided,
the
all right,
Japanese
let's roll.
influence.
Yeah, both
Standard vertical
Oh,
suplex of
Dusk was at
brainbusters
nothing.
there.
Dusk
Yeah,
is
see, I never
actually
get
has
that.
Nothing left.
Like it's always been like a sheer drop for me. It's been
Hatred that these
is
two
what
men
I think of
have
when
for
I
each
think of a
other knows
brainbuster.
no bound.
Yeah. But from here, Tommy Knight still needs to somehow work out how to pin him. Hit him with a vicious brainbuster.
Oh!
The man's dead.
Oh my God, that's our only rep.
Dusk had one lifeline left.
Oh,
And that's it,
no.
one more. And there's Edward Dusk. There he is.
That's the Edward Dusk we know.
Edward Edward Dusk had one lifeline left, pulling the ref into harm's way. That gives
That's
him
a big
nothing
forearm
else
for a non-wrestler to
few
take.
brief seconds to regroup, recalibrate, and capitalize once again.
And Tommy
Good work,
Knight
brother.
knew as soon as he
Good
threw
work.
that elbow, as soon
Hope
as
you're
it
not
connected,
dead.
he knew, oh no, anything goes now.
Oh, speak of the devil.
He was in.
But yeah, there was a thing there where I like two people back to back. I
And
said
now
I
with
want to
no
interview,
ref.
and then they got interviewed by someone else.
Anything goes.
One of them I didn't mind because I
And
know
Edward Dusk knows.
the story behind that,
Has him in his sights.
and you know, I'm not going to talk about it, but I know the story behind it, which is cool.
Tommy Knight.
But we got no ref.
1, 2, 3. Tommy Knight has found a way to pin the champion, but there's no one home.
There's no ref. There was no ref.
But I'd love to do more stuff at shows, like to interview people at shows.
Right now.
But it's hard.
The ref on solo.
It's hard. It's hard for me anyway. Not so much like I think Lachlan could probably get it out easier, but it's hard for me because I'm usually doing other stuff during show nights.
Shake our referee back to
And
consciousness.
just finding that time where we can carve out 15, 20 minutes. Because I can't do, like, Lachlan can do good 5 to 8 minute interviews. Jeff does good 5 to 8 minute interviews. I'm a terrible, like 5 to 8 minute interview for me. I'm just starting to warm up into it. I'm terrible at it. I'm a long form interviewer. That is a big dude to do that to. That is a strong mother trucker in Dusk.
Oh my God.
Good match. That was a very good match. I would like, and this is nothing against that crowd, because I honestly, I 100% think it was probably the way the crowd was mic'd. But that match at the Thornbury would fucking go off, like crowd-wise.
Edward Dusk found an opportunity, exploited it once again, and he will go on to call himself the
That ref woke up too quick from that shot. Yeah, probably.
Australian national champion of all time, and will indeed surpass that man right there, Tommy Knight.
I love that title because it just looks like the NWA TV title. I just love that old school design.
Seconds from victory. In fact, he had him in, but there was no ref. We've not seen Dusk that close to a defeat.
Good
in
match
such
from
a
the
long
boys, though.
time.
Really
And
good.
Not for a wayward elbow from the challenger Tommy Knight, we perhaps would be crowning a new champion.
I feel Edward Dusk understood late into this game. I firmly believe from the beginning that maybe we were going to see more of Tommy Knight in Edward Dusk. Something a little bit more valiant, a little bit more respectful. And yet, the more the time went on, we saw that he is who he is, and that cannot be changed.
Yeah, it would have been.
By the time he could rail some offense,
It would have been,
together,
Alex.
it was
That's the
perhaps
thing
too
with,
late.
with Rampage, which is
Perhaps
hard
too
because they
late. Like we
changed
said, we
names.
saw
They changed
glimpses
names.
early, but that's when we
Like,
needed- that's
two
when
out
it
of the
needed to
three
come through. I don't think we saw him hit a
promotions in
brainbuster
Adelaide,
until 20
like
plus
Riot
minutes,
City
and
is
by then,
pretty much
he
was
far too-
always
he
Riot
was
City
far too
Wrestling,
gone.
whereas like PWSA changed names heaps. Wrestle Rampage changed names a couple of times as well. Like NWA Australia was friggin' like 01. I can't remember what the other one was. And then now Wrestle Rampage. Wrestle Rampage, I think, is the one that stuck around the most.
Your ace of Wrestle Rampage, Edward Dusk. I can go again. You know you love me, doesn't make any less true. I'm gonna hold this longer than any of my heroes. I'm the best in this company. I'm the best in this country. I have beaten everyone. There is no one left in England. There is no one left. I am unstoppable, unbeatable.
EPW Adelaide, thank you. Yes, that was another one. Thank you, Michael.
The man
Yeah, see, that's the look he had in his face when he came out to wrestle me. It scared the shit out of me, to be honest with you.
Unstruck history. Oh, wait a minute. He's not even going to let him cut a promo. Dusk isn't fully appreciating the cavalcade of men waiting in the ring to usurp his reign.
Dusk is going to learn it's never lonely at the top.
Yeah, we're not here first for one reason, boy. You have your money tonight, now it's time. And with Dusk is something else, and we all agree on that. You guys are single-handedly piss and shit on the legacy of Wrestle Rampage that's been going for nearly 20 years. The blood of my ancestors brought me Harley Jackson, John Rock, Robbie R. Davies, legends that built this ring.
I actually went, fun fact, I don't know how fun a fact this is. Yeah, EPWLA, NWA Pro Australia, Pro Wrestling 01 Australia, then Wrestle Rampage. Yeah. Changed like 3 or 4 times when I was in Adelaide. I actually went and saw a Wrestle Rampage show the night before I got married. Because it was a part of a 2-night show. I went and saw Shinsuke Nakamura against Damian Slater, I think it was. Yeah, Shinsuke against Damian. And then it was supposed to be Shinsuke and Jonah the next night, but I was getting married, so couldn't make it. And that was, what, 12 years ago now? When I went there? Yeah, I remember the night before my wedding, I went and saw a wrestling show and then came home. My best man and I came back to my place and just crashed out watching like Anchorman 2 before I had to get up and get married the next day.
Whoever's the next one to challenge brings that belt back to Wrestle Rampage.
I had to get married. We spent a lot of money on that wedding. The wedding was planned before the double shows were.
Back into it.
Because you know there is no one above Dusk.
Payton completely unfazed. There will be a challenger.
Would you believe it? There will be a challenger. There will always be a challenger when you're at the top of the mountain. Edward Dusk, yes, he surpassed the heavyweight Tommy Knight, but there is, as you said, a plethora of people waiting in the back.
Like you said, the age-old saying, it's lonely in the top. It's never lonely if you're the champ. There is always someone at your heels, and we just saw 2 men come out.
The 0-1 connection is kind of fitting in hindsight. Chris Weiss being 0-1's world heavyweight champion twice now. Yeah, that's what I mean. They've always had that connection with like Japan. Like always had that connection, especially with like Hartley.
But the question is,
Jag. Like it's always been a. It was always more of a like.
Thank you so much for joining us. I've been Sean Thomas.
It's always been like a. That's good. I paused it on that. I always saw like when I went to when I was in Adelaide at the time when I was in Adelaide, it was like Riot City was more your Ring of Honor-y WWE type show, whereas Wrestle Rampage was your Japanese wrestling show. like very uber serious like wrestling show. That's the way that it kind of was when I was like in Adelaide. A lot has changed since then, and a lot for the good, to be honest with you, because it was like when I was there, and also when I was in wrestling there, it was just the fact that like nobody mixed. You did not go to another company. You did not work for another company. If you did, it was a very big deal when something like that happened. Like when we did a 2-match series where when I was managing Chris Basso, and Damian Slater came to Wrestle Rampage. Then we went to Damian Slater came to Riot City. Then we went to Wrestle Rampage to repay the favor, and that was a really big deal back then because it just didn't happen. It did not happen. The two sides never really meshed. They never really intermingled, which like I think it might have hurt the growth a little bit in Adelaide wrestling, just because it just did. It was so very foreign to me when I moved up here to Queensland, where everyone just worked everywhere. I could not wrap my head around it for the longest time. I was just like, what do you mean you work here and you work there? No, you're loyal to the soil, bro. Like you work for your place and that's it. And like nowadays, I could not imagine just doing that, not having that freedom to be able to explore different storylines, explore different character, like types of your character in different places. I think it's so much better that you get to do that. Like especially like if localizing it to Adelaide, you look at that where you've got ACW where you don't have to be the same character you are in Riot City or Wrestle Rampage, where you've got like the guys in the Heat, like Banjo and then Snacks and Vinny and Matthew Hayter. Like that stuff would have never happened like 10 years ago. Just would never have happened. And it somewhat stunts the growth of workers, I think, anyway, because they don't get to try that stuff. Alec Fireheart said, yeah, makes sense. I remember looking up how some feds form around Australia, and it feels like Sydney was a lot of people left Company A to form Company B, then people left Company B to form Company C. So, yeah, 100%. Well, I think that's the way, if I remember rightly, it's kind of the way Riot City formed. I kind of think like the Devani guys, not the Devani guys, but the hardcore Devani guys kind of stayed with 01, EPW Adelaide, NWA. Then it was like Chris and Matt, and then a guy called Joe Greco. I think it was called Joint Promotions, and that's what RC Dub came out of. I could be remembering this completely wrong from my history lessons, sitting down with Cree over like beers and talking about it. But I believe that's the way it was. And I think in Sydney, it was kind of like that with PWA, when it was like a lot of people were with the TNT's crew. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, and I apologise for that. But then they went and formed like Newey Pro and then like PWA, and they all formed from that sort of tree. It's why like guys like Bonza and Shazza and like Conco, I think they all came from like TNT's Fed, and then of course went out to make Newey Pro, make PWA, and that's why Sydney wrestling is so very strong now, because all those guys went out, but they all helped each other. Like Newey Pro and EPW are sort of like sister feds, and just made both places really strong because people got to try different things. Like in Newey Pro, Velocity's got to go and try being heels with Matt Diamond there, and like all of that stuff just helps the growth of a performer. And yeah, for the longest time, I think that we were hurting ourselves by not doing that. I understand why, because you want to say like, hey, if you want to go and see Chris Basso, the only place you can see him is at Riot City. So you need to come to our shows, and that's it. Yeah, AWF, there you go. And AWF was TNT leaving from IWA, which I call, and UWA, now Rock and Roll Wrestling, broke off from AWF. There you go. Yeah. And a lot of people around the country too, their first Aussie wrestling they probably saw was probably AWF, like at a Supernova. and then maybe went and researched and tried to find Aussie wrestling from there. I don't know, but like, it would not surprise me if it introduced a few people to Australian wrestling. Maybe not to go and see AWF shows, because like it was really weird. Like we do, Riot City would like work with AWF when they came to like Adelaide for Supernovas, but he'd be in the ring cutting a promo to promote something that was happening in Ryde next week. And I'm like, well, who from Adelaide here is going to go to Ryde next week to watch the AWF show? Especially when none of these guys will be on this show except for TNT. It was really weird. But it was like, oh, he's paying for it, so like he gets to advertise what he gets to advertise. So, yeah. That was a really good show. That was a really, really good show. Yeah. So, different show because I didn't have Rose here to bounce off. And thank you guys for joining me. Remember, next week we have on Tuesday the WRA PCW special. Jeff talked to Murdoch, Ari Nicole, Aisha, Anthony Dangerfield, and the Marauders. On Thursday night we have our normal Making Chicken Saddle. We're going to be reviewing EPW Evolution Night 2, which will be really good. Then we'll be back here on Friday for the Friday Night Watch Along. Not too sure what we're going to do there. Maybe we'll do the Rodman show. I'm not too sure. Might see if I can find something else local that we can watch. That's a bit up in the air at the moment. Like I said, I'm kind of taking these as they come. Alex White said AWF was the first place I found out about PWA Queensland. Was where I found out about other promotions since they bring in people like Crackerjack, Shane, Pace, and the PWA Elite guys and such. Yeah, so that was all before my time up here. So when I came up here, it was pretty much Grindhouse, which was AWA, IPW, which I didn't really see because I'm in like the Brisbane-ish area, and that's more sunny coast. UPW, which again in and out of because of where it was, and Venom, which is at Yatala. So I didn't really catch that much either. So it was pretty much Grindhouse was the only thing, and that was a full-on R18 show by that time. So, but yeah, that's like I got to Grindhouse, and then from Grindhouse I kind of went to Venom from there for a little bit. But yeah, that was my introduction to Queensland wrestling. PWAC, yeah, PWAC was I don't know, maybe PWAC. Sorry, answering questions that people can't see. And I remember PWAC was people breaking off from I don't know, like Queensland wrestling was such a, like when I was in Adelaide and I heard stories about Queensland wrestling, it was just the Wild West where you had like Prowl and stuff like that, and you didn't know who was who, and you didn't know anything about, because there was so many different stories you would hear about it. And it was just, I remember when because I moved up to Queensland because my wife got a transfer for work. And I remember saying to her, so any state in Australia you could have moved me to where I could have found some wrestling, but you moved me to Queensland. Like, why would you do this to me? But, like, being up here, like when I moved up here, and then I saw the young guys who, like, the young guys really wanted it to be better. They really wanted it to be better and just really, really loved what they were doing. Like, and I'm talking guys like Lynx Lewis and Renegade, and like Alex Shepard and J.L. Gold, and like all those young guys, like Xander Sullivan, they just wanted to get better and get better. And then like from those guys, then like Mitch came in and like this whole crop of people, and Bobby, this whole crop of people that are now currently kind of like at the top of Queensland wrestling are all guys that have like worked their asses off to improve the place. And yeah, and I can't forget Jake as well. Like working with Jake Nova is like some of the most fun times I've had. Like it kind of goes, it's really hard for me to say who my favorite people to work with have been, because I love working with Mitch, but they're all very different relationships of the people that I've worked with. They're all very, very different relationships. Like when I worked with Brooksy, it was very much, I just wanted to learn. And that was back in the day. He was still freaking great back in the day. like Brooksy and Cree, and both of those guys, I very much felt like their young boy, like just want to learn from them, just want to that. I moved up here and I started working with Alex Shepard, and then it was very much different. Like I was kind of the guide and the mentor there, and then with Jake, it transferred to like Jake and I were kind of on the same page and the same sort of level. And then moving to Mitch was very much like, I can see you being the next really, really, really big thing, and I just want to help you. So any way I can help you, and I can kind of like, and he jokes about it like the wise man gimmick, kind of, yeah, that with Mitch. I love that guy. Like guys like Mitch and Jake up here, two guys who I really, really love. Like my family. I think of those guys as my family. Even though like Jake kicked me in the face, sometimes you kick your friends in the face. But still, like I would never want to change any of the stuff that we did, because we had so much fun. Especially right near the kind of the end of like before the pandemic, when it was pretty much like me, Jake, and Mitch working together all the time. That was some of the funnest times and the funnest road trips going up to Wide Bay to work those shows that I've had in wrestling. So I love seeing how much growth there has been in Queensland wrestling in the 10 years that I've been up here. Yeah, just everywhere. Like QWA, how much QWA has grown over the last few years with their new management and their new ownership is so good. They've done such good stuff with Trent and Sam and Seth. And then they've got the new guys coming up like with Whiplash and off the top of my head, I can't remember. There's a whole crew up there that are really, really good as well. The whole of, like, I find Queensland wrestling is like a microcosm for what Australian wrestling is now, where there's just a whole group of people now that are really, really good, and it's so good to see. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent, and if I kept doing this, I would talk about this sort of stuff all night, and I can't do that because it is nearly midnight, and you guys need to get to bed, because you guys need to get ready, because Sunday we are going to be watching Adam Brooks and Will Ospreay on AEW Collision, and that is freaking awesome. And I guess we'll probably end up talking about that on Making Chicken Salad somewhere next week. It'll probably be the team's chicken salad if I pre-calling that, I guess. So until for you guys, if you're going to be tuning in Tuesday when the episode drops, well, the interviews that Jeff did drops, we'll be back then for those. But yeah, until that's the thing too. Last weekend, everyone was busy everywhere except me, really, because I just watched the UE Pro one. I stayed at home while Lachlan was working the PWA shows, and Jamie was at Rock and Roll Wrestling, and Jeff was at PCW. Like, that's one thing I love about these guys. They're all getting out. They're all like watching and supporting Australian wrestling and trying to do the stuff that they can to help. That's why they're on the show. That's why I love them. Anyway, again, sidetracked. I'm trying to send this thing home. Follow us. You guys are already following us anyway, but if you haven't, Wrestle Radio AU, pretty much on all your socials, or Wrestle Radio Australia. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch subscription. Please throw it our way, because that helps us out a lot. But until next time, I was going to say, for Wrestle Rampage, that was a really, really good show. If you aren't already, please subscribe to their YouTube channel. Go and support them, because they're putting out some good stuff. So until next time, until next week, I will see you later.
Trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Make chicken salad